With you.
All right, this is the Town of Lake Park, Florida, special call Community Development Agency meeting for Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. The time is now 6:38 p.m. Can we have the clerk please take the roll call?
Board Member Linden? Board Member Linden? Board Member O'Rourke?
It's okay.
Here.
Board Member Thomas?
Present.
Vice Chair Hensley?
Here.
Chair Mashad?
Here. Can we all please rise for the pledge? All right. Welcome this evening to everyone. Next, we have the approval of the agenda. If there are any modifications or
Point of order.
board member
On the
O'Rourke.
special community redevelopment agenda.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
I move to approve the agenda.
Wait, I want to pull item on consent.
Which one would you like to pull, sir?
Item 1.
Okay, let it be known for the record that item number 1 has been pulled from consent. And if anyone wishes, I don't think anybody will be pulling item number 2, so I will entertain a motion for the only item on consent.
Motion to approve item 2.
I'm sorry?
On consent. It was on the agenda.
Approval of the agenda, yes, the approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? The approval of the agenda passes unanimously. Next, we have public comment. I do have 2 public comment cards for the CRA meeting, and I will call them up. Of course, you know, public comment is 3 minutes, so please be respectful to the one that is up as they are speaking, because they are only allowed that much time. I will call Ms. Patricia LeDuc first up to the podium. And welcome this evening, Ms. LeDuc.
Good evening. Thank you. Patricia LeDuc, 409 2nd Street. I'm just wanting to make a comment regarding this CRA, not specifically just the administration position, but the overall performance of the CRA over the past couple of years that the CRA administrator was in charge of the CRA, and the progress or their lack of progress that has happened in the CRA. I feel that as a community, I'm speaking strictly as a resident, I feel that there has maybe not been all of the all of the proposals that have been submitted for the goals that wanted to be achieved in the CRA. We have seen businesses move in and out more frequently than we had all probably wished or anticipated. We still have several boarded up buildings. I'm not sure if all of those objectives have been achieved with having new businesses move in. And I also feel that the CRA is a very significant part of the progress. From our master plan, our CRA, our community development, all of the issues that have come with the PADD and all of the issues. And I'm not certain that the current administrator or even any of the staff has reached those goals and objectives that we as a community deserve. And I really feel that it's really important that we have somebody, a leader that's strong, committed, dedicated, the love and the desire for the town of Lake Park, the vision that most of the community and the residents feel they would like to see the town of Lake Park move forward. And I would love to see a little bit more assertiveness to achieve those goals and objectives. That was the word I was stumbling on in the very beginning. I'm just a little nervous because this is something I'm very passionate about. I love the town. I love Lake Park. I feel if we're going to continue with the current administrator, we need to have set goals, set objectives. I wanted to see what the set goals and objectives were in the initial plan. And when we hired this person, I like her. I'm not criticizing her personally. I'm just wanting to see a little bit more. I want to see what goals, what objectives were set forth. Have we achieved any of those? And what new goals and objectives will be achieved in the next 6 months if we continue with this current extension of the way that we're running? I just feel it's not working. And I want to see us work together a little stronger. I want to see the CRA grow, and I want to see it develop. I want to see the businesses come and stay. I love Lake Park. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mary Taylor. And again, this is for the CRA, correct? Yes. Okay.
Yes, this big part is for the CRA. This is just a little comment before. This big part is for the CRA. Okay? All right. Good evening to everyone. I've recently had the pleasure of speaking with each commissioner and the mayor by meeting, by phone, or by street corner. Now it is my opportunity to address all of you at once. Firstly, thank you, Vice Mayor Hensley, for the March 7th bingo event. Event is an understatement. It was a blast of fresh air. There were so many smiling faces that evening, some people were unrecognizable. Please, let's do it again soon. The ballroom is the perfect venue. Now, this is the part for the CRA. Secondly, I did not attend, but I heard the good times from my backyard from the recent pickleball tournament at Kelsey Park. It reminded me of the Lake Park pickleball wars, the commission chambers full of residents from both sides of the issue, and the visions of future pickleball courts at the Burt Bostrom Park. Well, it is time. I would like to remind residents of the meeting this Saturday, Town Hall at 10. Drop by and let the planners know if you want new tournament-worthy pickleball courts at the lovely Burt Bostrom Park. I think they would be a perfect addition to the recently opened at 311 7th Street, near downtown area, pickleball courts. And pickleball courts would attract our new Nautilus residents and soon-to-be completed Avalon residents, as well as our own. Let's see. Did you know, did you know that versatile pickleball courts are used for different things? For tennis, badminton, paddle tennis, pop tennis, and volleyball. They're family-friendly game alternatives that people of all ages and skill levels can enjoy. I'm offering these suggestions at this time so that they may be considered Saturday during the planning phase and before the budget process commences. Thank you. And I have some time left, but I'm just going to say thank you to everybody and hope everything goes well for everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. That is all I have for public comment. Next, we have the consent agenda. There is one item on consent, just again for the record. Item number 1 was pulled by Vice Mayor Hensley. We do have another item, and I would like to entertain a motion for that.
Motion to approve the remaining consent agenda,
Thank you.
which is item 2.
Do we have a second? I'll second that. We have a first and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The consent passes unanimously. Next, we will go to the one item that was pulled from consent, Resolution 280426, an agreement amendment 1 with the CRA Administration and Project Management Consulting Services, named It's About Place, LLC, for $34,998 at $5,833 per month. I will move this over to the Executive Director. And also, Vice Mayor, you recognize that you were the one that pulled this item from consent.
Mr. Chair, I believe we visit this in October on this contract, and I believe the board knows my standing with the CRA and where we're at. So I think it's best for it to come off consent and explain to the people so they exactly know what it's about, because we talked about it October 31st, about six months, and now we're talking again for 6 months. So I wanted it to be on the record.
Thank you. Yes, this is up to 6 months. So the intent is that we probably won't need the services of the contracting vendor who's our current CRA administrator. We're in the final, I guess, the finals of selecting a new administrator. So the thought was having Allison continue so that that person can kind of learn and understand exactly what's going on with the marketing side of things, you know, the branding that we're doing, the Burt Bostrom and the master plan side of things. So the intent is not to have it for a full 6 months, but it's there in case. But our plan is not to continue with the contract for the full 6 months.
Okay, Vice Mayor?
And where are we in the process? You say we're in the process of hiring somebody. So we saw where we don't want it to go about $34,000. If that person comes in, would the current administrator be training that person, and will we go over that paying both of them by going over that process?
We will, but we also have the savings from the previous 6 months, so we'll have for her full salary in the months before.
Okay, thank you.
Board Member Linden.
If we do not approve this 6-month extension, who would then take the responsibility of running the CRA? The town manager. Okay. I'm opposed to this because I don't think a part-time person can handle this. It needs a full-time position. And if we're actively looking, I don't know how much time and money we're going to spend bringing that next person up to speed when you can do the same thing now.
Board Member O'Rourke.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Allison for the work she's done for the CRA. But I tend to agree with Commissioner Linden, and I don't know if the Vice Mayor, but I do want to point out that Allison was hired part-time anyway, so the job has not been a full-time job. We need to get to that point, and we need to get it done right now. I want to know why it takes so long to get anything done in this town.
Board Member Thomas, do you have anything you wish to add?
Not at the moment.
Allison, are you here? I'd like to give you the opportunity to speak. You've heard a lot of comments that were made up here on the dais, and I feel it's appropriate that you have your opportunity to say your perspective and things.
Yes.
And I'd like to give you the floor.
Yes, sir, I appreciate that. Allison Justice, CRA Administrator. You know, the intent is not, as the town manager mentioned, not for me to continue more than what we would hope a couple months. This is a transition period. It always has been. I agree. I hoped somebody would be hired and we would be on. I agree with the comments were made. We need a full-time support in the CRA. It was always my intent to make sure that the town did have some full-time support to move the CRA forward. This is moving items forward. So agenda items, it's day-to-day invoicing. It's, you name the day-to-days that happen within the CRA. And the responsibilities that I know that the executive director has as town manager is to fill that gap and to have somebody training come in. I am also involved in the interview process. We've had two, I think we've got another interview tomorrow. I think we have two very solid candidates that hopefully we can make an offer to that can start within the next month. So, looking again at a maximum of only a couple of months. I certainly understand your position. If you choose not to move forward with the contract, I've certainly enjoyed continuing to work here. And as you know, I'm moving on to other things. But that is obviously up to the board, and I will do whatever I can to continue to support you until that new person comes in, or my contract will be up at the end of this month, and I definitely want to thank you and appreciate the time that I've had in Lake Park.
Let me ask you this question. how close are you to, and it's really for both of you, how close are you both selecting? I heard you say next month. Are you that close to where you could be hiring within the next week or two?
We certainly, after the interview, we certainly can be making an offer. And then, depending on how long they would provide notice, would be, where we would be waiting for someone to come on and work. So if they gave a month, then we're looking at probably, depending on, final reference checks and different things like that, about a month, month and a half.
Okay, so a month and a half to hire process, sending, letting their previous know that they're moving on. And then how long do you anticipate yourself to transition this person in 6 months? Do you think it requires 6 months?
I know. I don't think it'll take, I don't know that it would take a full month. I believe, and that obviously is up to you all and the director on how long, but I believe we can transition somebody within a month to get them at least up to speed and moving forward in this process. And,
So then my question is, why 6 months if we're talking a month's time of transition and hire? I mean, a month or two. I would say 2 months, 2 to 3 months. Why discuss it as a 6 month time frame?
It was more of an in case either candidate's not available to take the position. So in case we had to go back out, that could happen. But the intent was, if it was a month longer after the probation or after they separated from their current employer. So, and we think both of the candidates can come in running. So I don't think it'll be a long transition process either.
And is the intent for either candidate to be here full-time?
this will be a full-time executive or administrator position, as it should be.
And has there been discussion of where they will be housed, with also the talk of possibly selling the 800 building?
We have a number of locations and options, but until we determine that this is where the commission or the CRA wants to go, we have the various options that we've talked about previously.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas. Oh, excuse me, let me correct myself. Board Member Thomas.
Hello, Ms. Justice. I wasn't here in October when you said your farewell, and I'm saddened by that. I will say that I appreciated you being here as part of our CRA administrator because of the history and the knowledge that you brought to us on a full-time basis. I will say that in these last few months, it's just been lacking. I would ditto the comment made by a member of our community. What my concern is to ensure that the candidates that you and the manager are looking at are well-versed with CRA requirements, understand the logistics that are involved politically, as well as those that we know that we need to, I wouldn't even say jumpstart, but understand the transition that our town, is specifically our CRA, is going through, and understanding the timetable for when the CRA actually sunsets, right? And so we have discussed on occasion, even prior to now, where they would be housed. And I think it's important, as it comes from this board, that that person who's going to be coming in know that they are going to be housed someplace. It's uncomfortable coming into a position and you're up in the air and you don't know where you're going, because it almost provides no clarity for what it is, too, that you're going to be doing if you don't know where your offices are. So those are some concerns. We were brought some information, but nothing ever came to fruition nor brought back. So those are some of my concerns as far as what the future will hold for the candidates. I would agree, too, that we need to have some objective of what we're looking for as we hire this new person. That isn't something that I believe that we have seen up here to understand what the direction is going to look like, from here on out. I'm in a toss-up, to be honest with you. These 6 months, to me, didn't feel that we got much out of it. And I do hope that whomever the candidate is that is eventually selected understand the dynamics of what our town is faced with and can hit the ground running and is a director, not a resource individual, i.e. can make decisions and has a vision and can present that vision very clear to us as the board, is what I'm saying, right? Because right now, I feel that there is no direction or set understanding of where we're going with the CRA. And that's a little uncomfortable. I have seen on the other side of this where we have had our town manager act in both capacity, and I will tell this board that I don't believe that that is the way to go. It requires too much, and the focus on that is, at best, not seen. And so I say this, and a lot of people say that I have this diatribe, but I want to see something happening. I want to see some vision. And so when we look, you and our town manager look at that candidate, I just really want that to be expressed. Because, no, I don't want to go another 6 months on a contract like this. And I do wish you a lot of success in the future. And I am disappointed that it has taken 6 months to get to this place right now, to trying to hire someone.
Okay. Thank you for that. By the pulse of the dais, I would say the expression is to
I'll make a motion.
not renew, but of course we have to do things the right way, so please, let the motion be made.
I make a motion that, first of all, that we thank Allison for what she's done for our town. We do appreciate all of that. But I think the town needs to start moving forward in a faster direction. So I make a motion that we allow this contract to terminate at the end of this month.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Actually, I would like to say something. Allison, you have been a wonderful gem for us here in your time here. You also have been a resident, so you've had investment here as a resident as well. And I really appreciate you for who you are, not just what you brought to the table, because deep down inside, I know the type of person you are, and it's a wonderful person I'm happy and proud to have met, which I still don't understand how we haven't met in the time that you actually lived here, considering we're in the same block. But a wonderful person that I've met, gotten to know, and gotten to do business with. And again, I understand that you've heard things up here in regards to how we move forward, but don't feel like we negate everything you have done in the past. So I want to say whatever you have going on in your future, take every moment and savor it, because nobody's afforded tomorrow, especially when whatever they do today is golden. And I'll be following you. Okay, I know you understand.
See the farm, I know.
I know you understand what I mean by that. And again, I look forward to hearing the stories that you have moving forward in the journeys that you take beyond.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The board votes. If there are no more comments, I just want to make it clear, this resolution was just to approve the resolution. It sounds like it's not going to be approved, so we don't need a motion and a second on that.
Correct.
just
We
would-
actually can just,
It would just fail.
We
if
just
it's-
failed.
If it's not approved.
and I think by the board member making the motion he made and it was seconded, it sounds like it's in that direction. So I would say the motion fails. So
Do you mind if I say something, Mayor?
absolutely. You have that right to.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank you again, and my plan was to be here for this meeting. We didn't have a CRA meeting originally scheduled, and I said I want to be here. Obviously, we have Burt Bostrom meeting on Saturday, but I wanted to be here for this meeting because I knew my contract was expiring at the end of the month, to be able to thank you all for, for again, trusting me with the CRA. I've said from the start, I never wanted a part-time position. The CRA didn't have staff at all until I was staff. So when I took that role on, it was really to start propping the CRA up and then to really get you a full-time staff in here that could concentrate on the day-to-day activities. And I'm happy that you're moving that direction. I think you've got some really good candidates. Like I said, I've appreciated my time here. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
If I may, I don't think there's a board member here that feels negatively about you, Allison. I don't think that's what's going on here. We appreciate all that you have done, and I know you've worked diligently and hard in everything you've tried to do for our CRA. We thank you for that.
Absolutely. Board Member Thomas.
Go ahead. I was just going to make one point of clarification for the
Sure,
good of the
go
order. Because it's a resolution, there will be required a vote, but the motion should be amended to not approve the resolution and then have a vote.
Okay. So do you want to make that?
Sorry.
We didn't want to say it that way, but
I apologize. I should have said that.
no, that is okay. That is okay.
I move to not approve resolution 28-4-26.
Do we have a second?
I'll second again.
I don't think we need to have any further discussion. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Nay, because
Duh.
Allison, I will tell you, you're my cheerleader. I'm your cheerleader for you, okay, with this. I'm just sad in that your vision and moving forward could not have gone, better, because I really saw some things moving and much success, with.
Thank you.
Vice Chair?
I want to thank you, and like you said earlier, we did have a conversation about your plans and what you wanted to do to CRA. I think you did a marvelous job. I think we had a lot of things we could have did better, but I think it's time for us to start moving, and it's only right that we, get going. So, but thank you for everything you have done for the town of Lake Park.
And I also would like to thank you, Allison, for what you've done, and great and good luck on your future endeavors. And we are behind you, so good luck.
Thank you.
I don't think I need to say anymore.
No.
I think you and I understand where we are.
Yeah.
So, Executive Director, would you like anything to say?
You know how I feel about you. You've done an amazing job here in such a short time. The level of professionalism that you bring and brought to this town and to our CRA and the ideas and the changes that you've proposed, they were right and they're correct, and we need to do those things that you've talked about. I just can't thank you enough for all of your time and service and your friendship. So we'll miss you, but I'll be calling you.
Yeah, I know he will.
Everything
Thank
you do
you.
and you've done for us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Any last words?
Not on that. I have
Okay.
updates for you, but.
No, I'm just joking. With that, we have CRA Administrator comments.
Yes. Well, as Ms. Taylor mentioned, this Saturday, Commission Chambers, they'll be presenting the concepts for Burt Bostrom. They'll run through a presentation that is the community input that they had received, how they got to these two conceptuals, discuss with the community the conceptuals that they're proposing. At that point, the plan is to hopefully bring in May, at the end of May, to the CRA board to approve one of the conceptual plans so you can finalize your master plan for Bostrom Park. So that's the scheduled timeline. If that has to push back with a new hiring, that's possible, but that's the timeline for now. In regards to 800 Park Avenue, we did receive one proposal for the purchase of 800 Park Avenue. I will have a discussion with the executive director and the town manager on how to move forward if we want that presented in front of this board to be able to consider that for sale, or if you choose to keep the 800 Park building for now, that's going to be a board decision, but it'll need to come in front of this board so you can discuss it. We already talked about the CRA administrator position, so we do have multiple really good applicants with good CRA experience, good project manager experience that know are either certified in redevelopment or close to it, that I think would fit into this town very well. So hopefully before this month is up, they'll be able to at least make an offer to one of these individuals and get you moving in that direction for somebody to be here full time, because I'm looking forward to it as well, especially with what I believe is some of these candidates you have that are going to really take you to the next level.
Okay. Thank you. Executive Director, comments?
Just to kind of dovetail on the position, one of the things that Allison and I have really focused on with the selection, outside of some of the things that Board Member Thomas was talking about, was interactions with our businesses, and building relationships, and understanding what our business needs are, in our downtown area. And so that's going to be a primary focus for us when we do bring someone on. We want someone that really, really understands that dynamic, that understanding how to grow the CRA and promote it the way we need it to grow and to be promoted. So again, I agree with Allison. I think we have some candidates that are very, very intriguing for us and can move quickly. So we're excited about, making a final decision.
Yep.
Okay.
And the good news on the CRA is we do have a plan. We have a CRA master plan. We have something for them to work from. We've got goals and objectives that are set out that we're moving forward on. And so somebody can look at that and really, begin to work that plan, because, we'll say the number one rule in a CRA, if it's not in the plan, you can't do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Actually, Mr. Orris taught me that in 101. So, FRA 101. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any board member comments up here? Okay. So,
Yes.
Board Member Thomas.
Yes, it's been nice to see the work that's moving along Kelsey City Market.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's looking good. Now, if only...
Go ahead. I know where you're going.
Okay. Since you know where I'm going, I'm going to end it.
Okay. Somebody not too far. Understood. Not saying any names of Aram or anything, but, just something. Also, to piggyback off that, I'm seeing our business, Hugo Catering. I see them doing the finishing touches. I was over there over the weekend and was very excited at what I saw.
That was my other comment, and thank you for reminding me, Mayor. He is got final inspection scheduled this week, so hopefully he will have a CO this week for both the restaurant and the catering operation. He's planned for a soft opening the 1st of May. We'll get you, as soon as we know the exact date, it'll be in your mailboxes, and you'll have an invitation, with a grand opening in June, so a ribbon cutting and grand opening in June.
He can do it on May the 4th, which is somebody's birthday.
Oh, good birthday present.
That would be good. Also, if I'm not mistaken, if you want to correct me if I'm wrong, on the other end of that plaza, you have Hugo's Catering, but you have a golf simulator?
Yes, a golf simulation business.
Okay. So that building is going to be 100%
It's going to be full.
full.
Yes.
That says a lot to the owner as well as to the tenants that have married themselves to him. So great to hear. All right, if there are no other words, I will take any agency member requests. If not, I'll take a motion of adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Do we take, we're going to roll right in. All right. Let's do it. Okay. This is the Town of Lake Park, Florida regular commission meeting for Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. The time is now 7:13 p.m. Can we please have the clerk gracious with the roll call?
Commissioner Linden,
Here.
Commissioner O'Rourke,
Here.
Commissioner Thomas,
Present.
Vice Mayor Hensley,
Here.
Mayor Mashad.
Here. We're going to bypass the Pledge of Allegiance since we did that earlier. Next, we have the approval of the agenda. As you know, of course, if there is any modifications you wish to make, please say so now. Otherwise, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to,
Before you do, I
No,
think...
go ahead.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any other further discussion?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
We canceled our meeting for earlier this month, and as a result of that, we now have a second meeting with 21 things to handle tonight. It's just, there's a lot of stuff on this thing, and we're going to be here all night, so I just want to mention that. The agenda packet is almost 400 pages. It was released on Wednesday of last week, and it continues to be in that process, so we have to fix that. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We do have a first and a second, correct? No other discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The approval of the agenda passes unanimously. Next, we have special presentation and report. Our first one is a presentation with ICMA and FCCMA on the 65-year recognition of the Town of Lake Park for maintaining council manager form of government. Town manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have special guests here tonight, and we want to welcome them. But I'd like to introduce Ms. Tracy Stevens. She's with FCCMA Board of Directors. She's our District 4 representative. Also, Ms. Andrea McHugh is here. She is our District at-large Director. So take it away, Tracy.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, staff, and residents of Lake Park. My name is Tracy Stevens, Town Administrator for the Town of Haverhill, and also your District 4 Director for the Florida City and County Management Association. It's my privilege to be here with you this evening. I'm honored to recognize an extraordinary milestone, 65 years of service under the council manager form of government, as acknowledged by International City and County Management Association. This achievement reflects Lake Park's long-standing commitment to professional governance, accountability, and public trust. For over 6 decades, this town has embraced a model that balances elected leadership with professional management. The council manager system is built on a powerful idea. Elected officials set policy, while a trained manager ensures effective, ethical, and efficient operation. The town manager profession is one of quiet but critical importance. It demands expertise, leadership, and integrity. Town managers serve as stewards of public resources, problem solvers for complex challenges, and the bridge between the community's vision and its day-to-day reality. We are privileged to work alongside our peer, Town Manager Rich Reed. He currently serves as president of the Palm Beach County City Management Association, and he soon will be sworn in as the Florida City and County Management Association Board of Directors. His leadership, both locally and across the profession, reflects a deep commitment to public service and to advancing the field of local government management. As we celebrate 65 years, we also look ahead. With strong leadership and a strong foundation, Lake Park is well positioned for continued success. Congratulations to the town of Lake Park, and thank you for all who have made this milestone possible. And if we could get our fellow city managers up here, would you mind if we did a quick photo with you all?
Absolutely. We'd be happy to.
You do mind?
I do mind. I don't mind. I'm sorry. Okay, what's happening then? What's happening tonight? I am. Charity, he didn't say that on camera. Okay. I guess they want all of us. Come on.
Yeah,
They don't want me. Yeah.
When do you want those agenda items on a Monday?
What?
When do you want those agenda items?
Look at all those city managers run and go. There we go. Last one can stay. Yeah.
We're done.
All right. I should have just
We're out of here.
I should have just stayed down there because this next one is very special. Miss Marianne Russell, can you please come on up? Testing, testing. We're good. All right. I even got my good suit on today. I have to say, I learned a little tidbit.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me be more presentable to you because you are a pioneer in this building. Do you not realize that?
Yeah.
Yes. And how long have you been in this building?
51 years.
Do you know how old I am?
51 years.
I'm actually 1 year younger than 51 years. So do you realize you've been in this building for as long as I've lived? Alive, yes. And maybe after the vice mayor, what he said, maybe not much longer. So it is a pleasure for me and my colleagues here to stand here and present you with this Because when I use that word pioneer, I don't say that word loosely. You are, in fact, the pioneer of this building. You have a lot of history here. You know a lot of history here. And I know for a fact that when sometimes the staff needs to know something in the past, I heard the go-to is you. So that speaks a lot to your character and your worth to not only your profession, but the town as a whole. So savor that moment, because there is nobody that can own that but you. So it is my honor to read this for you. So, are you ready? I'm ready. You sure? Because I see a lot of history over there that you're getting ready to embark on after today.
And you folks can come on up closer so you can take pictures.
So, this is a proclamation in honor of Mary Ann Russell. Whereas for 50 years, plus one, right, Mary Ann Russell has served as an employee of the town of Lake Park. And whereas throughout her employment, Mary Ann Russell has served as daycare director, summer tot leader, and child care director in the town's recreation department. And as accounting clerk, senior accounting clerk 2, administrative assistant, accounts payable receivable coordinator, and an accounting technician in the finance department, and has done so with distinction. And whereas in the various roles in which she has served the town of Lake Park, Mary Ann Russell has demonstrated her commitment to the town and its citizens by providing the utmost in customer service and always providing service with a friendly smile and a pleasant comment. And whereas Mary Ann Russell has often gone beyond the call of duty by accepting and performing additional duties, and has always placed the town and its customers first in the performance of her responsibilities. And whereas through her devotion and high caliber of customer service, sense of teamwork and professionalism, Mary Ann Russell has proven herself to be the highly valued and knowledgeable employee and a great asset, and I will repeat that statement, and a great asset to the town of Lake Park. And whereas Mary Ann Russell, unwavering commitment, extraordinary loyalty, professionalism, leadership, and integrity has left a lasting legacy and set a standard of excellence for generations to follow. And whereas the town of Lake Park wishes to publicly recognize Mary Ann Russell for her accomplishments as an esteemed member of the finance department. Now, therefore, on behalf of the Commission of the town of Lake Park, I, Roger Mashad, Mayor of the town of Lake Park, do hereby publicly recognize and commend Mary Ann Russell for her dedication and the service which she has rendered to this community. Congratulations. Well, Mary, I'm not going to let you walk away from here because we're going to have a picture with the entire commission, but I want to give you this opportunity because you earned it, you own it, to say anything you'd like to say at this moment. Here's the mic.
I've been saying it for 50 years.
Why not one more day?
No, all I want to say is thank you for this recognition. Thank you to my former directors and current directors. It's so nice to have you here. And of course, all my family. It has been an honor to work here. I've enjoyed it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stayed so long. There have been some ups. There's been some downs. And I know some secrets. But overall, I've been very happy to work here for all these years. Thank you.
And not
That was cute. That's right.
Actually, we got one more.
Oh, staff? Staff. No, we should get out of the way. That's right.
Yeah, I'm out.
Get your flowers.
We're not covered. We don't have any coverage.
I didn't even see it. How are you?
All right. All right, can we have our librarian here? We're going to give Marianne a moment to clear out, and I think it's party time, right? All right. You're just fine. All right. We're not going to talk about 50 years, nothing like that. This is a proclamation for National Library Week. Okay? Whereas libraries spark creativity, fuel imagination, and inspire lifelong learning, offering a space where individuals of all ages can explore new ideas and can be drawn into new possibilities. And whereas libraries serve as a vibrant community hubs, connecting people with knowledge, technology, and resources, while fostering civic engagement, critical thinking, and lifelong learning. And whereas libraries provide free and equitable access to books, digital tools, and innovative programming, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of background, have the support they need to learn, connect, and thrive. And whereas libraries partner with schools, businesses, and organizations connecting the dots to maximize resources, increase efficiency, and expand access to essential services, strengthening the entire community. And whereas libraries empower job seekers, entrepreneurs, and lifelong learners by providing access to resources, training, and opportunities that support career growth and economic success. And whereas libraries nurture young minds through story times, STEAM programs, and literacy initiatives, fostering curiosity and a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. And whereas libraries protect the right to read, think, and explore without censorship, standing as champions of intellectual freedom and free expression. And whereas dedicated librarians and library workers provide welcoming spaces that inspire discovery, collaboration, and creativity for all. And whereas libraries, librarians, and library workers across the country are joining together to celebrate National Library Week under the theme, Find Your Joy. Very well, team. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Roger Mashad, Mayor, proclaim April 19th to the 25th, 2026 as National Library Week. During this week, I encourage all residents to visit their library, explore its resources, and celebrate all the ways that the library draws us together as a community. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few choice words?
Okay, now you get to hear me speak. Libraries are important. We all know that. And find your joy. You can definitely find it in the library. I have a new thing in my, or sign in my office that says, go to the library and or lose your mind and find your soul, which definitely can happen. But libraries are very important as meeting spaces. They're one of the few third places still available that are free, where people can meet and mingle of various generations, of various incomes, nationalities, etc. And it all takes place in the library. There's all sorts of things to do. You don't even have to step into the library anymore to reap the benefits with the digital world. You can get a digital library card and get ebooks and have access to streaming videos and music and audiobooks. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to see. And I encourage everybody to come to the library. Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Next, we have a presentation from our Palm Beach County Fire Rescue for their FY 2025 annual report. Chief Rowley.
I'm going to sit up here. Okay. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. William Rowley, District Chief, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. I do appreciate the length of your agenda tonight, so I'm going to do a brief presentation on Palm Beach County's annual report of the key items. You're not going to get me all year this time. Our service area, obviously, you know your city boundaries, and the station sits in here as Station 68. Palm Beach County Fire Rescue conducts patient satisfaction surveys. In the past year, we've reached a level of 96% overall satisfaction. And the survey covers everything from dispatch handling of the call, interacting with the caller, all the way through patient care. Our call volume for last year was 1,730 calls. We're down a little bit from the previous year, around 1,900. And our average response times run consistently over the last several years. Same as it goes for anywhere in the county, the main call volume for fire rescue is medical calls. We ran 1,352 medical calls, 28 fire calls, and 19 hazardous material incidents. Station 68 is the primary station that services Lake Park. You have a ALS engine with 3 personnel, an ALS rescue with 3 personnel, and you also have the foam trailer and the command staff units, both the EMS captain and battalion chief that are staffed when we have the available staffing, they staff it up here. The supplemental stations that also respond into the town of Lake Park is Station 15 in Juno Beach, which is an ALS rescue with 3 personnel, an ALS ladder with 4 personnel, and a brush truck. Another unit is Station 17, which has an ALS engine with 4 personnel, and Station 19 that houses the Special Operations Unit for the North End and also the command staff. EMS call statistics for the year, we transported 842 medical patients. 10 of those were trauma alerts, 16 were sepsis alerts, 4 were STEMI alerts, which are cardiac calls, and 20 were stroke alerts. Our blood product program, basically in the county, we have 10 EMS captains carrying plasma. We have 7 EMS captains in the county carrying whole blood. In Battalion 1, our EMS captain carries both the plasma and the whole blood. Palm Beach County Fire Rescue has a state-recognized Type 3 USAR team. The USAR team basically can provide anything from collapse rescue, trench rescue, rope rescue, canine searches. They also can deploy with a medical doctor and a structural engineer. In the past year, our USAR team was deployed to the tornadoes in Palm Beach County. We also have a state-recognized Type 1 swift water team, and just recently, we were awarded by the state as a state-recognized Type 1 hazmat team. All these resources are obviously available to the community on a local basis any day, but they also are resources that can be deployed statewide in the event of a disaster. Depth of service, that's the big thing we bring to the table. Depth of service, we're 51 fire stations, 171 frontline units. And what that brings to town of Lake Park is the fact that we have a 24-hour-a-day fire operations officer that's in dispatch. That person, along with the dispatchers, monitors the status throughout the county of gaps in coverage due to call volume. And what they do is they'll move units around inside a battalion, and they'll also move units from from one battalion into another battalion to fill those gaps whenever needed. And then we have our community risk reduction. That's our inspectors, investigators, pub ed, and plan review. In the past year, we've conducted 398 inspection activities, 210 plan reviews, 395 construction inspections, and 21 community involvements, which had participation of over 1,300 people. And and with that, that's my last slide. I'll entertain any questions you guys have.
Thank you for that presentation. Just a quick question of mine. How often do you have seminars at your station for up-and-coming possibilities for firemen and or EMS services?
Are you saying for employment or?
For employment or just for community interest?
Well, we don't conduct anything at the station here, but basically is anything, if you're looking, we have a pub ed division that can provide anything from AED instruction to CPR training. They'll do stop the bleed training, that's available. We have a chief officer that basically is in charge of reaching out to the communities, going to the schools, things like that, to explain the opportunities for people to try to get into the fire service. So that's a constantly ongoing process.
And if you had someone in front of you and they were inspired by following the journey that you have taken to this profession that could be watching this meeting tonight, what would you say to them?
Well, I always kid around. I spoke at taught at the Fire Academy for 26 years. I've been doing this for 41 years now. I always tell the recruits, I said, to me, the best job in the world would be a fighter pilot. Well, my eyes were never good enough for it. Mm-hmm. So I'm a firefighter. I'm third generation. I've loved the career. It's been great to me. It's been great to my family. My father was a firefighter. My grandfather was a firefighter. It's got a lot of opportunity. And the nice part about the fire service, where it's gone over the years, it's very diverse. It's really open to, you really have to, if you can meet the requirements, go through the Fire Academy and apply, there's a lot of opportunities. It's a great profession. And Captain Steen Erickson in the back will attest to that also. It's a great career.
Thank you for that. Any other questions? Okay. Commissioner Linden.
No questions, but having the opportunity to visit stations and so forth and work with both of you quite a bit, I want to thank you for all you do. People don't realize how important you are until they need you. And you get some accolades, but you need to get a lot more ahead of time. So thank both of you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I was going to piggyback a little bit what Commissioner Landon said. Thank you guys for what you do. Your job is tough. Me and Commissioner Thomas got to experience that last year. You guys made me know that I'm out of shape. So that's a tough job. But I also want to say just to yourself and also Cap, is that I'm watching the trend after seeing PBSO and I'm seeing fire rescue and how the numbers of calls and how everything is decreasing. And it's go to you guys, too, for putting stuff in policy that for the people out there to hear that Lake Park for the last 4 years have been decreasing in crimes and medical emergencies and fires. That's saying that Lake Park has been becoming safer and safer each year. So thank you guys for all what you do.
Thank you. Commissioner Thomas?
First of all, I want to signal my, my thermos that actually says Fire OPS 101. And I go, it's like what they say, don't leave home without it. I don't leave home without it. So it goes with me everywhere. But I also wanted to suggest, because I think this is very, very important. And it goes to partially what the mayor stated about providing training. In the past, I have encouraged family members to go and take CPR training. And it would be lovely to have that opportunity here in our town at least a couple times a year. And I'm going to tell you why. Some years ago, a family member of mine, after being very angry about me saying, let's go and do fire training and do CPR on a Saturday, they didn't necessarily think that that was the one thing to do. But it came in very helpful because they were able to save someone from drowning. And that really goes to the fact that they had that fire training to do that, to learn CPR and to learn about chest compressions. And with our growing community, I'm just asking if something like that could happen here, maybe, twice a year, to give the community an opportunity to get that training. I think between myself and Vice Mayor Hensley, if we do anything in school, we have to get those updates through the district, and so it would be nice to be able to do that. So just
Yeah, I'll definitely look into that.
yeah.
And actually, I think you're going to get your answer from our librarian in just a second to the training comment you made.
We try and regularly have AED CPR classes over at the library. I'm not exactly sure when we've got the next one scheduled, but I'm sure we can make sure that we do have some this summer.
That would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner O'Rourke?
Nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Town Manager?
Yes. For our community, I don't know that a lot of people know this chief. He's absolutely committed to this town. Chief Rowley is constantly available. He is constantly looking out for the welfare and the safety of this community, and I can't thank you enough for that. He's here at our staff meetings, so he participates. He's an ambassador for what we're doing, and he communicates that out in our community. So I thank you for that as well. The one thing that I did want to point out, if I could, real quick, about his presentation, and Vivian, it was on the very first page. Could you maybe? It's the ISO 1 rating.
Oh, yeah.
For our residents, that's the highest rating that a fire department can provide to a community. And the reason why that's important is because by having a really high ISO rating, that also reduces down property insurance here in our community. So if we had a 7 or an 8, you'd see higher costs on your annual property insurance rates. So what our fire department is providing to us not only is great service, but they're also helping us with reducing our costs here in our community. So thank you, Chief, for all you do. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much. And one last thing I got to say is Chief Kennedy and I both, we truly enjoy serving the town of Lake Park. The crews at Station 68, a lot of them have been there a very long time. So they developed that relationship with the community, and we really do enjoy participating in the community activities.
All right. So maybe in the future we may see another Battle of the Badges kickball match.
What was that? That's a Chili trophy, though, right?
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
That's a bounce house trophy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we have our presentation of fiscal year FY 2026 5-year capital improvement plan update. Ms. Barbara Gould.
Good evening, Barbara Gould, Finance Director. I wanted to update you on the projects that are in the 26 fiscal year and what their standings are. So at this point, we have the Pro Shop, the Pavilion, doors, windows, and bathrooms. Doors and windows are done. Bathrooms will be finished, we're expecting, at the end of the fiscal year. The library doors, the ADA compliant library doors have been completed. Sorry, wrong hand. On the next page, I got my pages confused here. There we go. On the Kelsey Park Master Plan, project design is being completed currently on the splash pad. It's estimated at 15%. The project completion on the actual construction is expected in 2027. Currently, the Evergreen House restoration design and construction is underway. So the design is expected to be completed in May of 26, with the construction completed by September 26. Did I just hit too many pages? Sorry, I'm getting very...
If you could just let us know what page we're on.
No, it just seemed I hit the button too many times.
No, I got
So
you.
we've got the Kelsey Park. So then the next one up is the Southern Outfall Project, and that's been an ongoing project. We're in the 4th phase right now. That is currently under design. It is a grant, and we have secured an additional $1.7 million in funding to allow us to complete the work. With the additional funding, the grant deadline is being extended to September of 2027. The next item on the list is make sure. We have the septic to sewer conversion, and that is, again, it's awaiting funding. So that's not going to move in 2026. Under stormwater, we have the vac truck, which we're just waiting on a delivery date. It is this month or next at this point. The other 4 items, the MadVac all-terrain litter vacuum, that is coming before you tonight in the consent agenda for the purchase. The quick view camera is on board and has been used. The trailer is expected next month, and the commercial steel building is still being evaluated. So, but it is in the planning stage. I don't have an exact date as to when they will finish that process. Under sanitation, we have received one of the trucks. You approved that in a recent meeting. The next one we're expecting a date of April. We're waiting for a date, and the financing proposal will come in the next meeting for your approval. Additionally, we're continuing, there's several trucks up there that we're working towards saving, so that when we do have the money to save, when it's time to purchase, we'll be able to just purchase them directly without having to finance. We are shifting a couple of trucks from 27 to 28, and those will be updated when we bring forward the 27 capital improvement project. On the CRA, the 2 items that we focused on for 26 were the road improvements and the sidewalk improvements. And we have the road is complete as of April, and the sidewalks will be complete in September. And that's it.
Okay. Thank you for that. Any questions for her? Commissioner O'Rourke.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbara, for working on this. I'm looking through it, and when it says funding source, what is meant by discretionary surtax?
Several years ago, the county did the extra 1% surtax, 1% sales tax. We went from 6 to 7%. So that money started in 2013. It has ended as of December 26, and that money has been always used for capital projects. So there is still a bit of money that we've had allocated to specific projects, and that's what it is.
And so when it says discretionary surtax, I know that that has ended, but there's still funds available in there, in that
Correct.
account? Okay, good. And the other one was, where was it? I don't know, I'm good for now, thank you.
Do you have any questions?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Town Manager.
We wanted to do this real quick so the public could see that, this is a continuation of our budget process. This is the first time we've had a CIP. And so we wanted, you all and the public to see that these projects are moving. Sometimes we hear in the budget process that items are funded, and some of these projects are bigger projects, so they take a little bit, purchasing the equipment and doing different things. And so our staff is working, from the time that the budget's approved to where we are now to get these things done so that these improvements that you all have approved in the budget are completed. So we wanted to make sure that there was awareness that these projects are moving forward. What we'll do going forward is included in your weekly updates so that you'll have a chance to see it. But again, we wanted just to make sure that there was an understanding, that these, and what the CIP looks like and where we're going, in the future. And like Barbara said, we'll continue this in the next budget process. We'll be bringing that to you so that we'll continue to plan for where we want to be in the future with our capital and equipment.
Okay. Commissioner Linden, I think you had something you wanted to ask, or no? Did you have?
I'm good.
No? Okay.
Thank you.
Vice Mayor?
I do want to just say something to the town manager. That is a good idea for us to, you guys to bring this forward so we can kind of see. But I encourage the public. I believe Jamie did a presentation on this, and it was very informative. It's a lot of the same information, and we redo it here, and then the public can also have their input and ask a lot of good questions too if they go to those workshops. So
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it, what you guys are doing on that.
And it is available in a recording, I believe, on our website, that presentation.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you, Barbara. Is there a way, however, for us to see like the drawdown on the accounts? Like, for example, if you had 10th Street CRA, yes, those are allocated funds for it. But I would imagine that at some point there's been some deductions off of the account, whether it was to spend for the design of it, so we have a fund balance, what's on there, so that we understand more comprehensively what is left in the account and what has been expended in the account or that particular project. Because as I see it right now, it's just, for example, when you say project completion, does that mean that one, it's already paid and it's done, or two, we have the funding and that money is still sitting there in order to get paid? Because when I went down and I thought to myself, $33 million worth of project, is that $33 million project that we have paid, or is that $33 million worth of project that we are getting ready to do?
It would be a combination.
Yeah, but when I see that, it isn't necessarily showing me for an understanding of, yes, it was planned for in 26, but is it done? Is it completed, or are we financing that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
So
Am I making myself clear?
give me one that's an example.
Okay, so here I go. You have here, I know that we're doing the master plan for Kelsey City, right? It says Kelsey Park master plan, right? Fitness station. We have it budgeted for fiscal year 2026, right? And then it goes across and it says project design completion estimated at 25%. I'm sure that we have spent out of that 92, have we not? So what's the balance out of that 92?
So yes, we have. I don't know the exact balance.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of like
Okay.
saying. So whatever the percentage of it is that's completed, then let us see what is paid out. So I'm not, yes, you can tell me what it was, what the fiscal year was program, but then I'd like to see too, what's the balance on it? Like, where are we on that?
Sure.
In a financial manner. That's all I'm asking.
Sure.
Okay,
That can be
thank you.
done.
Thank you.
That's a good one, actually.
That's all. I think it's very good.
I'm
And-
actually okay with what you
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
But I really do echo Commissioner Thomas's request. That's a good That's a good number to know, so that way we see the ongoing transaction of the project as it is, as
Sure.
it stands, so.
Very good.
And it does give, sorry,
That's
I didn't
okay.
mean to
Go
cut
ahead.
you
I
off.
understand.
But it also gives to the public an idea too that the money isn't sitting there, so when someone says, here, you got all of this stuff and nothing is being done, you can say, yes, it is being done. This is where we are with it. It was funded. These are the drawdowns on that. This is what we're waiting for, et cetera. That's all. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Any other questions for Ms. Gould? No? Thank you very much for that
Good evening.
presentation. Very, very informative. Okay, next we have a presentation on the Town of Lake Park Marina P3 project quarterly update by Forest Development.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Brian Terry with Insight Studio here on behalf of Forest Development this evening. The presentation was provided for the record as part of the packet. Mr. Zabik, who would typically be here to do this presentation, is unfortunately traveling this evening. So I would request that if there's any specific questions, maybe they could be consolidated. Town manager could provide those to us, and that way we could respond in the most accurate and comprehensive manner. That's all I have this evening.
Okay, that's all you have for
That's all I have, correct.
Okay, no questions?
I have a question.
You have a question, sir?
I do.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
Do you know who Walter Duke Partners are?
Is the question for me?
Yes.
I believe there's a report in the agenda packet. Correct, yes.
So that's not your presentation, right?
That is not.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Guess we have no other questions, so thank you very much for that. Next, we have public comment. I do have one public comment card from Mr. Michael Steinhauer. And let it be for the record, Mr. Steinhauer, that I have passed out your public comment to the rest of the dais.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. I'm here tonight to ask you to take a meaningful step towards strengthening public trust and improving our budgeting process, and that is to establish a resident-centered budget development committee for the next fiscal year. You have been privy to a few emails this week between Barbara Gould and I that concluded with her suggestion to request such a committee established by you. This idea was considered last year. Right now, our budget process technically allows for public input, but it does not truly invite engagement. Residents can speak at commission workshops, yes, but those moments are one-directional. They don't allow dialogue, questions, or collaboration. By the time most people understand the budget, key decisions are already effectively made. The budget process started back on February 24th. There have been 15 budget actions from then until today. There are approximately 45 more to come, totaling 60 time-sensitive events. The first public hearing is to be held on September 8th, the 52nd event item, and the second and final budget hearing publicly is September 16th, the 55th event item. And finally, the budget will be posted on the town website as soon as possible after September 22nd. A resident-centered committee would change that. This wouldn't replace your authority, it would enhance it. A diverse group of residents meeting early in the budget cycle could work alongside staff to better understand priorities, trade-offs, and constraints. In turn, you would gain more informed feedback, fewer last-minute objections, and a stronger sense of community buy-in. Just as importantly, it would make government more accessible. Budgeting should not feel like something that happens to residents. It should feel like something that happens with them. Our communities have found that when residents are brought into the process early and meaningfully, the result is not chaos, it's clarity. People become more realistic, not less. They see the full picture. As you promote transparency, accountability, and civic engagement, this is a natural next step. I urge you to direct staff to create a framework for a resident-centered budget development committee in time for the next fiscal year. And as always, I thank you for your time and service.
Thank you. Okay, next we have the consent agenda. We have 6 items on consent. If there are any modifications that need to be made, please say so now. Otherwise, I will entertain a motion to approve consent.
I have a request.
Yes, sir.
I would
Commissioner
request
Rourke.
to pull item 8 for National Arbor Day. It's a proclamation. And pull item 11.
Okay, let it be known for the record that items number 8 and 11 have been pulled from consent. Are there any other requests for any other items? If not, I will entertain a motion for the remaining items on consent.
Move to approve the remainder of the agenda.
Second.
Of the consent agenda.
Just don't be too quick so somebody else can speak.
I
if you
know,
don't
I'm
mind.
just trying, I'm in.
Understood.
It's a
Second.
long night,
All right, we have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The remaining items on consent passes. We will now go to item number 8, a proclamation for 2026 National Arbor Day. And do we have that proclamation, or do we have somebody that will receive it? Okay. Get right to it, right? Okay. This is a proclamation in honor of National Arbor Day. Whereas in 1871, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a day to be set aside for the planting of trees, and this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource which provides the materials necessary to produce paper, construct our homes, fuel our fires, and manufacture countless other wood products. And whereas trees increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and improve the overall aesthetic appeal of our community. And whereas trees, whether they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal, and whereas efforts to protect our trees and woodlands by planting trees to promote the well-being of this and future generations should be supported by all persons. Now, therefore, I, Roger Mashaw, do hereby recognize Friday, April 24th, 2026, as National Arbor Day in the town of Lake Park. Congratulations.
We're the members of our tree committee.
Go ahead, run.
Of our tree committee.
I know.
Okay, she would like me to let everybody know we would love to welcome you next Friday to our National Arbor Day event, which will be at 10 o'clock at Burt Bostrom Park. So please do attend. This is an important event, as well as an important proclamation for the environment and for our community. Thank you.
Mayor, may I? I also want to recognize a couple of people. First, Reunita, you've been doing this for many, many years, and thank you for doing that. I also want to recognize our fellow commissioner, John Linden, who attends every year and is a big supporter of the Arbor Day celebration. Patricia Leduc, who is also one of our residents who very, very involved in our environmental group, and also who I don't see him here, but I'm going to shout out to him, Brady Drew, who is also very involved in our environmental concerns in our town. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And I'll echo that on Ms. Leduc, because actually I met her at the Arbor Day event many, many, many years ago. And it was a great day for me moving forward.
Good day for our town.
Absolutely.
It's a great day.
Absolutely.
Fortunately, I'll be working, so.
All right.
Thank you.
Commissioner Linden.
I just wanted to add for those here and watching, if you've never been to this event, it's just nice. It's not just planting a tree. We have the kids from the schools involved.
Absolutely.
And they just do a phenomenal time. Sometimes they put dirt in the ground, you know, and they think that the tree then belongs to them. When you talk to them later on, that's my tree. So there's a lot of excitement in the town for this event. So please try to attend.
Yep, I agree with you, Commissioner. And it is good that when the kids are there and they partake in our tradition. And I love how they ask questions because it tells you that they want to learn. And sometimes in life, the kids have too much of these and don't speak enough. And it's good to know that when our Arbor Day event happens, this is put down and conversations are made. So that's the basic necessity of life, and I hope that continues. All right. Next, we have item number 11, Resolution 310426, an agreement, RFQ number 102-2026, for the 2026 Red, White, and Blue Sunset Celebration Fireworks Display by Explosive Touch Enterprises, LLC, for $33,000. Commissioner O'Rourke, you pulled this item. You may begin.
Thank you. I'm not pulling this to in any way diminish this. This is an awesome celebration. It's an awesome event within our sunset celebration that we had last year. It was a great time last year. Reuniti, again, thank you for helping put this together. And but the question I had was, I thought that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that My Three Sons was the company that did it last year. Is that correct?
My Three Sons was the company that did it for the Centennial.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. And I'm wondering, because I do remember their presentation, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm just a little bit worried that, I don't want to get somebody else and they're not going to be as good as they were.
Well,
So
Explosive Touch did it last year, but My
Okay.
Three Sons did it for the Centennial event.
okay,
So,
so
yeah.
we're good with them. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you so much.
Actually, I kind of have a question, more on that particular day of the Sunset Celebration.
Yes.
Has there ever been any thoughts to put it on the weekend of the 4th of July, on that Friday, as opposed to, and I know because it's the last Friday of the month, that's traditional, but has there ever been any thoughts of that? And that's not me saying this as I'm asking for any future changes, just curiosities.
I think before it was included in the Sunset Celebration, when it was done previously, that it was done the week before 4th of July, just because there were so many other events happening around Palm Beach County. So I think Lake Park just historically has done it.
And that's how I
the week
remember it growing up
before.
as a kid, that we've always had it the weekend prior,
Yeah.
and everybody seemed to come to us for that event.
Yeah.
And it was actually kind of cool to have that exclusivity, if that's a good word to use, for that Friday. So
Yeah.
I hope that becomes, again, a big tradition, and all the other communities here that we're doing this on this Friday weekend
Yeah.
prior to the actual 4th, and they come again to our event. So.
We definitely benefit from having it the week before.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that. Any other questions from the dais? All right. If not, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Any other further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution passes unanimously. Okay. I notice we have our board member nomination item that was added. I want to thank you for that. Town manager, if you or the town clerk added that. I don't think we've had that in the past, have we? We've always had that there? No, I was going to say.
No,
I'm recognizing that. So I want to say thank you for that. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Next, we have quasi-judicial public hearing. The first one is on Resolution 330426, a special exemption for the culinary project, restaurant use 748A Park Avenue by Mr. Jamie Steinbrecher. I hope I said your name correctly, and if I didn't, I apologize. As you know, this is a quasi-judicial, so first off, staff will present, then the applicant will present, then there'll be board member questions for staff and or applicant. Then if there are any public comment cards, there will be a 3-minute session there.
I believe we need declaration first.
Of course, I'm just going through the whole thing. Thank you for that.
Okay.
And a rebuttal, and then a motion on the floor, and then a vote. But before that, we have declaration. We have also those who are testifying, please stand up as well.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Mayor, I make the announcement that I have had no communication with this group prior to this hearing.
I have had no ex parte communication.
I've had no communication.
I have no communication with this group, but I did attend the planning and zoning meeting.
Okay, and I have no ex parte communications as well. Okay? With that, we will have staff present.
Good evening, Nadia DiTomaso, Community Development Director. I will be brief, only because we do consider this to be an exciting item, but also a very simple item. This is a restaurant special exception use proposal for 748A Park Avenue. It is within the downtown land use, the Park Avenue Downtown District zoning district, and it is a unit that has been previously utilized as a restaurant for several years. Because the code currently requires a special exception use when a prior restaurant vacates for a certain amount of time, this particular restaurant owner was required to go through the special exception process. As the Town Commission is aware, we are looking to move forward with a change to that special exception category so that moving forward, we don't have to go through this process for uses that I believe we all consider to be uses that we would like to see in the downtown. With that being said, the special exception process does have 6 criteria that are referenced in the staff report that are required to be met. All of the criteria has been met. I can certainly answer any questions if the Town Commission has any in regards to those criteria. The unit itself is 1,942 square feet. There is also an outdoor deck area that will remain, that was in operation previously as well. And it is approximately 380 square feet. Yes, Mayor.
And just for the record, the location itself was the former locale
Gastropub. Yes, correct.
Okay.
And at this time, staff is, of course, recommending approval. The use was heard by the Planning and Zoning Board at its March 2nd meeting. They also recommended approval, and there are 4 conditions of approval, 2 of which are standard and refer to the plans that have been incorporated with the application, as well as a cost recovery item, and 2 additional conditions that do have, are referencing the driveway access, just making sure that because of the neighboring construction, that driveway access is open when the restaurant is open, as well as for some additional signage for overflow parking in the rear within the community redevelopment area parking lot. So those are the 4 conditions of approval, and staff is recommending approval of this special exception use.
Oh, okay, and does the applicant have a presentation they'd like to give?
They don't have an official presentation, but I know the business owner would like to introduce himself.
Absolutely, please do, and welcome.
Thank you, guys. Good evening. My name is Jamie Steinbrecher. Close.
Hello.
I don't have a presentation, but I mean, I'm definitely here to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Well, before we ask any questions, why don't you give us a little just small tidbit of you?
Sure. So I've been in Palm Beach County for just over 25 years. I've been in the restaurant business the whole time. My partner and I have both operated restaurants for other people for around that time. So we lease this space and we want to bring a contemporary American cuisine, something with a little bit of elegance, but still very approachable.
Okay. Okay, so do we have any board member questions for either staff and/or applicant? Commissioner O'Rourke.
Thank you. For Nadia, I see that the special exception use has to do with the restaurant being vacant for 90 days or more, correct?
Yes.
That's not a very long period of time for like a turnover
Non-conforming,
on a
yeah.
restaurant. Is there something we can do to, and this may not really apply to this specific, but with regard to the exception, can we extend that? That seems like a really short period of time to turn over for a new restaurant.
Yes, so we do have a legal non-conforming section of the town code, and it does have the 90-day requirement. If there were to be a change to that, we would need to bring that as a text amendment if the town commission so desires.
Thank you.
Okay. You have any questions, Commissioner Linden? I'm going to go here to my right, like Commissioner Thomas. Commissioner Thomas.
Steinberger? No, pronounce the name correctly for me.
Steinbrecker.
Brecker, okay. Mr. Brecker, Steinbrecker, where is your current business?
The business that I formerly worked for?
Yeah,
It was the Okeechobee Steakhouse Group.
okay. And so you're looking to, this is a brand-new venture for you?
Yes.
Okay, well, you and a partner will actually be opening up as entrepreneurs here in our town?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I think I'm familiar with your partner. Okay. Vice Mayor.
How you doing? Now, everyone knows that's my old stomping ground. So I just got a question. How if this is the
Thanks for that announcement.
Thank you, we know now.
You'll see him there. Yeah.
You'll see me there probably every night. But
I hope so.
if it's approved tonight, how long would it take you guys to get open and going? To get open, you think?
We're hoping sometime in May. Hoping.
We're wasting time there. Let's get it going.
May the fork be with me. Is that all? Is that all? I'm sorry. This is an enjoyable night, I guess. Is that all the questions you have? Okay, Commissioner Linden.
Just in case you can't make it May 4th for your opening, which is the mayor's birthday, mine's the 21st.
Hey,
Just wanted to let you know.
These guys, come on.
Mine's the 10th, so sometime
It's
next
got to
month.
be in May then, right?
Sometime next
Gotta
month,
be in May.
we've got to get it done.
And we're
I
Steelers fans, so you can stamp our logo on the steaks if you.
I do have
Go
a
ahead.
serious question, though. Is it going to have a sports bar theme or just a sit-down restaurant?
It's more of a lounge theme than a
Lounge
sports bar.
Okay.
Okay,
But as I stated earlier, not in a pretentious kind of way.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have one question here.
Actually, I do. I have a question.
Because it was his stomping grounds. Are you going to have a liquor license there?
Yeah, we're applying for a liquor license with the state.
Is that a full liquor license, or is it wine and beer?
No, full liquor.
Okay, thank you.
And I just want to.
Checking out.
Well, I was going to say, why you asked that question?
It's
I
just
just like to come and
questions,
eat.
not.
Trying to get some information, that's all.
I'm gonna keep this thing moving now. I have no public comment cards. Do we have any rebuttal or closing arguments for this? No? Okay. Any deliberation here from the commission?
Only that the real issue here is not the restaurant itself. I know we all are like in favor of you getting going. So, and we hope you can do it in May and have like a May birthday party for everybody. The real issue is the special exception with regard to things, and I think the town manager just suggested that they're working on a solution
code
to
change.
that.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you guys are already ahead of the game there. So.
Well, it's nice. I mean, I guess the deliberation is among us, but it's nice to be able to have another choice where we could go and like eat. Because while we may not, all of us don't do libations, we can certainly have some place where we can eat. You know?
Well, I'll tell you
And
this
that's-
much. I took a ride Saturday, and I was telling the town manager this. Took a ride myself Saturday night just to look at our downtown. And I know on Park Avenue we have Camille's, we have Pearly Island, and then of course the brew house is not food, but they do serve food at times. Outside of that, the only other restaurants are all the way on the other end on 10th Street, which is Ceviche, and then Panda's Hideout, which is Chinese, but it's not. It's all.
And then there's
I did. I said Pearly Island.
Okay,
I did say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good to have another
restaurant
coming in. It gives
Absolutely.
parity, and I look forward to once this vote happens to seeing what you're going to bring to the table for us here, and you will have the support you need. I'm curious, how do you plan to approach?
Can't talk to him anymore.
Huh?
Can't talk to him anymore.
Oh, true.
Yep.
So we can talk about that later.
We can talk. Yeah, we can talk amongst ourselves.
We could. No, I was going to ask about advertisement, but that's not a big
Yeah,
comment.
it's not-
That's not
no,
a big talk right
no.
now. So,
It's nice to know too that they're going to have a full menu.
absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
So, and it's from 4 to 10, so it's a evening crowd.
And,
So it's
and a full bar, and a stomping ground cheerleader.
I just
So.
like to eat.
All right. So with that in mind, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve Resolution 33-04-26, authorizing special exception for the culinary project restaurant use located at 748 Park Avenue.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any other discussions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Resolution passes unanimously, and welcome,
Welcome,
to
welcome.
Lake Park.
Boys, the band is getting back together.
How do you pronounce it? Culinarchy? Well, culinarchy?
Culinarchy.
Culinarchy. Culinarchy. Culinarchy.
Yes.
We'll work with you and reach out to you on ribbon cutting and possibly even work with the chamber if that's your interest.
Absolutely.
In any way we can.
And May will be a good month.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you. All right. Next, we have Resolution 340426, a special exemption for Alzheimer's Community Care Specialized Adult Daycare for 1015 10th Street by 1015 LP LLC, who is the owner. Again, we will do ex parte communications.
I have no ex parte
Before we do that,
communications.
we
Sorry.
also have to swear in those that will be testifying. Town attorney.
You swear, Nadia, you don't need to be sworn in again, but do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right. Next, we will do ex parte communications.
Commissioner O'Rourke, I have no ex parte communications on this topic.
Commissioners.
I have none. This is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner John Linden, I have none.
Vice Mayor Hensley, I have no communication, but I did attend the planning and zoning meeting.
Okay. Mayor Mashad, I have none. All right. With that, staff.
Thank you.
May begin.
Karen Galanka for Community Development Department. This is the second of 3 special exceptions you're hearing this evening. Just heard the first one, culinarchy. This is for a new specialized, what they call a specialized adult daycare use that would be located at 1015 10th Street, which currently is housing Tender Care Center. Tender Care Center will continue to be there, but it's reducing its space within the building, and Alzheimer's Community Care will be leasing the remaining space. Alzheimer's Community Care serves a very special and important role in our community and the surrounding area, providing adult daycare for those that have various neurological challenges, be it dementia, Alzheimer's, and whatnot. And it offers them a safe and secure environment where they can come, spend the day. They're dropped off either by their caregiver or they may come by bus and spend the day doing different sorts of things, and you'll hear more about it from the applicant. I would say it requires a special state license. Not everybody can have this. It's not like a right. It's not. It's a higher level of care than an adult daycare center, and it's not a children's daycare center. So the town's regulations require that this use obtain a special exception approval by the town, which requires additional specific review, and there are 6 criteria that we review it by. Those are contained in the staff report. I won't go through those, but basically it looks at, will additional traffic, excessive traffic be generated? How does it fit into the surrounding area? And is it consistent with the town's comprehensive plan? And yes to all those. No to the traffic. Yes to being consistent with the comp plan and fitting in with the surrounding area. Planning and Zoning Board held a hearing on March 2nd and recommended approval with standard conditions to the Town Commission. The special exception has been properly advertised and noticed. Therefore, staff, as well as the board, has recommended approval of Resolution 340426, authorizing the special exception. In attendance this evening is Mr. David Franklin, who's CEO of Alzheimer's Community Care, who can make a brief presentation, answer any questions you have.
Okay, welcome.
And if you have any questions for me, I'll be nearby.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for hearing me, and I look forward to partnering with you all and the town to serve the residents of the community, much like you all do. Alzheimer's Community Care was formed, 30 years ago by some citizens right here in Palm Beach County who were part of the Alzheimer's Association, which many of you may have heard of, and that is a fine organization that's working to try fund a cure. But 30 years later, we still don't have a cure for Alzheimer's or other related dementias. And so they knew and understood at the time that we needed boots on the ground care. The statistic at the time, 30 years ago, was if you were a spouse caring for a loved one with Alzheimer's or related dementia, 75% of the time the caregiving spouse would actually pass away first due to the stresses of being a caregiver. And so that's the heart of where our nonprofit was formed, was to reach out to caregivers and see what needs they had. And one of them that quickly was established is the need for respite. Whether you're a child caring for an aging parent or whether you're a spouse caring for a loved one, your spouse with dementia, so you just need a break. Either to go to work during the day and drop mom or dad off at a safe place where you know they're well cared for, or as a spouse to go to your own doctor's appointments, to go to the grocery store, to sit at the beach for a few hours and just get some R&R. And that's what we did. So we currently operate 11 of the 46 specialized adult day centers in the state of Florida. All of them currently are located in Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County, but we span from Boca to Fort Pierce. But we're also opening one in Tampa, in Hillsborough County as well this year. So if you all have any questions about our operations, about what we do, this is just one of our core services. We also do wandering mitigation. We actually wrote the Silver Alert law for the state of Florida, and we actually wrote the code for what it takes to be a specialized adult daycare for the state of Florida as well. We do ID locator wandering mitigation. We partner with Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office as well as other local law enforcement officers. And we do ID locator bracelets. So I'm going to knock on wood, as I always do. In 15 years, 100% of those that have wandered with our ID locator program have been returned home safely and unharmed. So
that's all?
That's all I got for you.
All right, well, I thank you for that, and I will open the floor on the dais for any questions for either staff or the applicant. I'll start over here on my left.
No, I'm good. When do you anticipate opening?
We'll try to get open as quickly as we can. Once we get through this hurdle, we have to get through the hurdle of ACA. So ACA, they'll approve us. It just is a matter of how quickly they'll move. That's the state regulating agency. So maybe 3 months for them to approve us.
Total number of units that you'll have for the Alzheimer's for the adults?
Are you talking about total number of participants that will be there?
Yes.
That's regulated by ACA, but based on what they normally do with square footage, they will allow us up to probably about 50 in that space. We personally don't put any more than 25 in any of our day centers just because we want to provide the best quality of care we possibly can.
All right, thank you.
My questions are, I'm sure you'll provide activities for the adults. How do you prevent anyone from, God forbid, straying away from the facility?
So part of ACA's requirements are, and they're already in place because of the way Tender Care operates, special locks that you cannot exit without codes.
Okay. So primarily it'll be indoors?
Yes.
Okay. That's pretty much what I want to know. Okay. Commissioner O'Rourke.
The building that you would be located in, you've come before us before? On the
building has, yes, and we have the owner of Tender Care here with us as well, but they came in for approval as well.
Yes, and so this is, now it's a multi-use building, and you have young kids there, correct? I guess you're not part of this, but you're supporting it. And so this is a good building for this. The building has been renovated recently, correct?
Correct.
And so it's all secure and ready to go, is it not?
It is, yes. It's really, ironically, it's a similar use, opposite ends of the age spectrum.
Exactly.
They're treating young children with special needs. We're treating our seniors with special needs. So
I'm not going to ask any more questions, but I have something to say afterwards. So,
okay. Vice Mayor?
I think this is for staff. The code clarification that we're using just is medical clinic, correct?
Okay. All set? Commissioner Thomas.
Yes. You stated that there's about 2,500 square, well, 2,600 square feet of that 10,000 square foot area that's going to be used for the Alzheimer's, right? And you said that ACA will allow up to 25?
We'll probably limit it at 25. ACA will probably give us a larger number than that, but that's an internal regulation that we have a policy of our board of we don't, in any of our day centers, put more than 25.
Okay, so just looking at that, that's about 103 square feet per person, I would imagine, right? Okay, and then I was looking at the area too, based on the floor plan. It said that there was going to be shared access. What is that shared access? Is it shared access with the Tender Care or what? Because as I look at several entrances to the floor plan, there is I guess, access from the outside in, and then there are several doors that give you access internally. So how would it be separated between the Tender Care Rehabilitation Center and that of the area that's being used?
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the...
I'm assuming that that red area is the area that they're going to be utilizing.
Yes.
If it's not, then
the
just
red area,
clarify.
and we'll have a separate entrance from what Tender Care utilizes. This hallway where it says shared access, really neither side will be in. It's locked doors on either side, but technically we both could get in there. I'm correct in that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you previously sworn in or no? Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I'm Thomas Lobianco, Vice President at Tender Care. And the shared space is more for fire to evacuate. Each door is locked on an access with a key card, and then also has a fire alarm or an alarm that will go off if the door is open.
So your patients or client would actually be reserved to those two areas, Activity Room 1 and Activity Room 2? Those are the two areas that would encompass
Yes,
these 35
yes, correct. And then
individuals?
the restrooms as well.
So that it's basically just a hallway and a reception area there that is just.
Since they're there most of the day, how is food prepared? How is it like, does meal come in for them? Like, what happens here?
So we have all of our centers are delivered by the same company. It's Treasure Coast Food Bank, and they deliver all of our food on Mondays and Wednesdays. And so then we have refrigeration to store it. We also have a warming oven, but no food is prepared on site.
And all of that is done within this little area here?
Yes.
So you have
In
the
the
area where they have the refrigerator, you have the area where they have the restroom, because right now, as I'm looking at it, it's just a restroom and 2 activity centers.
No, there's a kitchenette there. It doesn't really show up overly clearly, but there's a kitchenette there as well.
Okay, I'm just looking at the floor plan, just asking questions based on that. Okay, tender care, I know this is not part of it. Do you guys also run vans?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because the reason why I said that, I just happened to be behind it the other day, and I was wondering, it said pediatric rehabilitative clinics, is that correct? Like you have those vans?
Prescribed pediatric extended care.
Yeah, okay, so then with the 2 uses, since it's like mixed use, Brett, am I allowed to ask a question regarding, since it's a shared use?
Is it going towards the overall?
Yeah, because they are sharing the same space except for 2,500 square feet of it or 2,600 square feet of it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so just a question to you about how many clients do you have as far as that? Because based on the van that I saw, I thought that you guys were like mobile, that you actually go to people as opposed to children coming to you. So how does that work?
So we pick up the children from their home and bring them to the center. They stay with us during the day, and then we bring them home at the end of the day. So similar to a school bus, we run those similar times. Our buses leave typically around 6:30 in the morning, to get back to the center at 8. Be totally honest with you, we had a big plan and licensed the facility for 85 children.
Yeah, but you don't have that.
We don't have it.
Yeah, okay.
We're at 12 right now.
Yeah, and the only reason why I said that is because I thought that the van was just very special, and I was thinking, wow, this is like special needs children who need like full-on care, and it was sort of like a palliative, situation where, not necessarily palliative, but where the parents just need some assistance or some help or a break during the day. I mean, based on the way the van was designed. So I was like thinking, do you guys pick them up and bring them to the facility, and then you do rehab there? Okay, so then now to the Alzheimer's Center, how will they be interacting? I mean, is there like a viewing area? Is there a total like solid wall so that you don't have the mixing of the uses between them?
Yeah, there's as we stated earlier, there's a hallway with a locked door on either side, so there will not be any interaction between the two.
Okay, and you said that you operate about how many units throughout the state of Florida?
We have 11 of the 46 specialized adult daycares in the state.
And how much is in Palm Beach County? How many of them do you have in Palm Beach County?
1, 2, 3.
Why'd you test them like
I'm sorry. 7.
About 7?
Yes.
And what's the average occupancy that you have?
It varies. Again, because if it's a spouse caring for a loved one, they might drop their spouse off from 10 to 1 and go to the doctor. So we may have 25 at the center, but we rarely have 25 there.
That's there at the same time?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
So it's like staggered?
It is very staggered. Not like a child daycare, really. It's really, some people come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Some might come Monday and Wednesday. But because of the nature of it, we have to staff as though they're all going to be there at all times because of our ACA requirements.
And they get dropped off by special vans because you don't have a van in order to pick them up?
We do not. PalmTran, we actually provide PalmTran tickets to all of our participants, or if their caregiver drops them off personally.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I have no further questions. I've heard. Do you have any questions, Commissioner Rourke? We're good on this side, Vice Mayor? Okay. I have no public comment cards. No closing arguments from staff or applicant? Nope. Okay. Any deliberation from the commission here?
Yes, I just have really a comment that I wanted to make, that this is God's work, and we appreciate that you have that as a business, but it is God's work, and we appreciate what you both do. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Well, then with that, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 340426.
30, for the record, 350426.
I'll second that.
No. Before you say that, I'm just saying
What?
it's actually.
It's not 34?
Oh, 34. Thank you. I'm looking at the wrong.
Like what?
Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong. I was looking at the next one. My apologies. 3426. Do we have a second?
I'll second
I
that.
think I'll be joining your place soon.
Client number one.
Client number one. We have a first and a second. I don't think we need any further discussion. So, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution passes
Thank you.
unanimously.
Good luck.
And welcome
Welcome
to
to
you.
Lake Park. All right.
Thank you to all of you, and we look forward to serving the community of Lake Park together with you.
Thank you.
And the
Okay.
same, Mr. Mayor. Sir, we'll be in communication so that if you have an interest in doing a ribbon cutting, we'll be
Love
happy to
to.
work with you on that as
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now that I'm going to read the correct number to the correct item. Resolution 350426, a special exemption from Custom Kings Auto Paint and Body Shop at 1360 North Killian Avenue, Unit Number 3 by J.B. Persamo, LLC, who is the owner. And of course, we're going to first do swearing in for testimony.
You're
Of
good
those
as
that
well,
will be-
Karen. Yeah, if you're going to provide any testimony, if you would please stand and raise. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay. And next, we will do ex parte communications. Commissioner Thomas?
I have none.
Okay. Commissioner O'Rourke?
I have no ex parte communication.
Commissioner Linden?
I have none.
Vice Mayor?
Have none, just a meeting.
And myself as a mayor, I have none as well. So with that, staff, you may begin.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Thomas will be back in a quick second.
Talk slow or fast. Again, this is Karen Galanka for Community Development. Custom Kings LLC, which is the applicant and agent for the property owner, J.B. Parasmo, is requesting special exception approval for a new auto paint and body shop to be located at 1360 North Killian Drive, Unit Number 3. The shop is expected to occupy 4,000 square feet of an existing 20,000 square foot industrial building. Per their representation and their application, the applicant intends to work primarily on vintage cars. This work will be completed indoors, and no vehicles are proposed to be stored or worked on outside. The town's LDRs require that an auto paint and body shop in the C4 district obtain special exception approval, as it is considered generally considered an intensive use involving collision repair, spray booths, which may spill out of the building with cars awaiting repair. I think we've probably all seen that at certain locations. Thus, that's one of the reasons that a special exception is required, to ensure that it's compatible with the surrounding area. And again, as the last two applications, they must meet 6 general criteria. Staff finds that the proposed use is compatible with the surrounding area, which is comprised of light industrial and commercial uses, such as auto repair, auto sales, contractors' office, warehouses. Given its specialized nature, they will not be working on many cars at a time, because these are vintage, classic, expensive cars. The proposed business is expected to have a minimal impact as compared to, say, an auto repair use, which is actually a permitted use by right. The Planning and Zoning Board held a public meeting March 2nd and recommends approval with conditions to the town commission. Conditions have been included. One of them is that should the operations change to be more impactful, such as they sell their business and the next owner wants to have a general auto paint and body shop with greater impact, the town has to be notified, and then we would determine if they need to come back for a special exception, or at least have the conditions of the special exception amended. It has been properly advertised and noticed in accordance with state law. I won't go over the conditions. They are the standard conditions, the one I mentioned about approving a use that's not too intensive. Also, because it has a spray booth, there's some question as to whether that received all its permits and fire department approvals by a prior owner. So this owner will go through the process to ensure that it indeed does, and that would also be required as part of their getting their business tax receipt from the town. So we are recommending approval of Resolution 350426, authorizing a special exception for Custom Kings, Inc. at 1360 North Killian Drive, unit number 3. And we do have the owners of Custom King tonight to answer any questions. I'd hardly recognize you guys because Commissioner Vice Mayor may recall when they showed up at the P&Z meeting, they came straight from work, and they're you can't see their knees tonight. You can't tell how, Anyways, so if you want to come up and answer some questions or make a presentation.
And welcome.
Hi, how are you, Commissioner?
Thank you. We're doing very well. Please, floor is yours.
Any questions you guys have about the business that we try to open?
Well, I just wanted you to take a moment for us to get to know, you and your business.
Like she's playing, it's gonna be like, okay, my name is Adayan Silva. I'm one of the owner. He's my brother-in-law, the other owner.
John, my name is John Moore John.
Yes.
Yeah, and Anna is our manager.
Pleasure.
If I can kind of direct you to what we're really interested in hearing about, it's a painting facility that we will have to worry about fumes leaving the building. So please address those things for us, okay?
Okay. The main business is going to be custom restoration. We're going to work on all cars, basically restoring the cars. The paint that we're going to use is going to be water-based, so it's not going to be solvent, so it's not going to be bad for the environment. It's not going to be a big volume of cars, because every car that we restore, it takes at least 3 months to do a car. So it's usually 4 cars at the time on the shop, because it takes from metal to recondition the metal, weld, get new panels, after that all the body work, and after that the paint, and after it's painted, all the wet sand and polish to finish all the car, all the installation of the parts, the interior, stuff like that. So it takes time. It's not a volume shop. It's more a restoration for all custom cars.
Okay. And thank you for giving. Okay. I know you want to. I know you want to ask. So go ahead, Commissioner Linden.
What is your target market for cars? What years are you looking at?
Usually from all cars all the way to anyone who wants to, even new cars that you want to customize it. Something that it means to you, like a new car, if you want to do a paint job or widen the body, anything that's customized. And restoration mainly, because young people and new cars, they don't tend to customize them that much. It's usually all cars, they have
sentimental value when they were kids, or they used to ride with their dads or grandparents. So they used to restore those cars for those sentimental value.
Okay.
Are you going to do mechanical work?
No.
No lift kits, no hydraulics,
No,
nothing
no,
like
no.
that?
Only cosmetic.
Okay. And are you going to get one ready for SEMA real soon?
Tell them.
I used to work for the last 5 years for a shop in Utah. They had a TV show called Beach and Rides, and we used to go every year to SEMA with 8 to 10 cars to compete there, and so yeah, that's what I'm trying to bring here
To Lake Park.
to Lake Park. A little bit of that work that we did there to this community too.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
No problem. Vice Mayor?
We got a lot more to talk about later, but
No problem.
He's the car guy, so.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Big time, Cook.
Love the outfits this meeting.
Oh,
So.
thank you.
But I do have a question, probably for staff, because it's going to bother me a little bit if I don't figure it out. Is this a special exception just because they're doing paint or collision? I'm just trying to figure out, or because they can't have the cars outside?
No, there won't be any cars outside. But I'm just saying, when you sometimes think of an auto, our other businesses that are classified in auto paint and body shop are typically collision centers, and we have a few of those. And you may see there's one on Old Dixie. Sort of, there might be some cars wrecked that are sitting out and,
Right.
and that sort of thing. That's not the case here. But because of what it often is why it's a special exception. This is a little bit unique. Its impact is really not the same. But again, we looked, and this is where they had to be. There was no other classification we could put them in because they are not auto repair. Repair is working on the mechanical, the engines, and whatnot. And auto body involves repairing the bodies and the paint, not the interior. So that's why they fall in that category. And I would just say that in terms of any nuisance odors and dust and what have you, they have both a sanding prep booth, so that's enclosed, and the spray booth. So it's all really self-contained in those areas, which are which are inside the larger building or the larger space as well. So we don't expect any.
Thank you. That would have bothered me all night if I didn't figure that out, so thank you.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, because I did want to follow that up. I think the special exception is because of the spray booth, because of the noxious odor that's associated with it. So, because just remembering from other ones, even with the auto body, if they're going to do spraying, that's the special exception, because within this particular area, automobile usage is a, how would you say, it's a permitted use.
Right.
So I think it's just really the fact that it's the spray booth, which can create a noxious odor and become a nuisance, is the way that this is being considered and why this is being considered for the special exception. Because everything else is auto repairs in the area. Yeah. So, you said that you don't put hydraulics on the car? I mean, so if I want to have it souped up and with my 22s, what? I mean, that's custom,
Only body work and paint.
It's more. I mean, our focus is.
So you won't be able to pimp out my car.
I mean, paint and the cosmetic side.
Well, that's
yeah.
what it's called. It's called Pimp My Ride.
Now, don't encourage them now.
Oh, okay. Well, we already know it's not going to happen. Okay, thank you.
Since you're going to go there, do you work on electric cars?
No.
Oh, well, there
not
you
really.
go. That takes care of that. All right, so.
Do you do tinting?
No.
There you go.
Okay.
Can't pimp it out, no tinting.
So now we have no other questions. I have no public comment cards, no rebuttal, of course. And now we have deliberation from the dais. Anybody? No comments?
No, I'm familiar with the show Bitch and Ride, so.
What's it called?
Yeah,
Bitch and Rides.
I am as
yeah.
well.
And pimp is a problem?
So
They will
clearly
be-
you're high. You're really high level.
Thank you.
Redesigners, yeah, and so that's really good. Take a look at it.
You just find you a $3,000 car, and they'll turn it into a $50,000.
And you can put a fin right down the middle of the back, right?
Whatever you guys want.
All right. That's what you do.
All right.
There's welding and stuff going on there.
Since we have a deliberation,
Yeah, we're
not have a
deliberating.
deliberation floor,
Yes, I'm
I
good.
will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve 350426 special exception for Custom Kings.
Okay, do we
I'll,
have
s- I'll second that.
we have a first and a second.
Cars.
No other discussion amongst the dais. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Resolution passes unanimously. Welcome to Lake Park.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
you all welcome to come visit us.
Well,
When are you going to be opening?
Sounds good. Congratulations.
when is Gym
Welcome.
Day?
When is it?
This,
6 o'clock.
All right.
this town, there's a big, a lot of people involved in the car business
Yes.
in this town. It's one of the things people don't know about Lake Park, that it's
I'm just
one
going
of
to
the
point my
hottest
finger to a
things.
certain person up here.
going on in this town.
When do you project to open?
Or next month?
Next month, probably.
Yeah.
All right.
May 4th, probably.
May 4 could be.
Let's have it, let's have it like as a ribbon cutting crawl, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for
Thank
that.
you, thank you.
And we look forward to
Thank
seeing
you
you
for
guys.
your time. Have a great night.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we have ordinance, public hearing. We have ordinance on first reading, ordinance 03-2026, amending Chapter 78, Land Development Code. Ordinance on the Town of Commission of Town of Lake Park, Florida, amending the code of ordinances, Chapter 78, Article 3, Section 78, 72, provide for codification. I guess I'm reading stuff that I don't need to read. Mr. Anders, you may begin, sir.
Good evening, Town Commission. Anders Vian, Town Planner. So this is I would consider a fairly simple item that came up in the course of a review for another item, which is a quasi-judicial item that we won't discuss tonight. But basically it pertains to a section of our C2 Commercial Business District, and specifically under subsection 8, we have a special exception process for educational facilities. It's a unique process in that it's in its own section and it has additional criteria. I know you're all familiar with the special exception criteria now that we've gone over it 3 times tonight. But nevertheless, for educational facilities in the C2, there are even more criteria that are applied. And specifically, criteria B and D have been found to sometimes conflict when applied to preschools due to DCF requirements. So specifically, subsection B, I believe, calls for compliance with no outdoor instruction or recreational activities, but then criteria D requires full compliance with all laws and regulations governing educational facilities. So because DCF requires outdoor instructional areas for licensing of preschools, we have added in this clause, which would state under B, so I'll just read the full B as amended. So it would be no outdoor instruction or recreational activities will be permitted on the site except in accordance with the minimum requirements of the Florida Department of Children and Families and or any other applicable laws and regulations governing educational facilities. This eliminates any catch-22 situation that we could get into with applying both of these criteria. And that's all there is to it. So if you have any questions, I'll now answer those.
Okay. I will open the floor to questions for Mr. Anders. If there are any questions, please say so now. Otherwise, I will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve this, and don't understand, just been in the school system, how long we've been out of code about this. This should have been done a while back, but I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 03/2026.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second for discussion.
We have first and a second. Any other further discussion up here on the dais?
Yeah, the discussion, it is
I remember we can't-
outdoor instructional. So you can't have PE class outside.
You can't what? I'm sorry.
For a daycare.
They're out there for physical exercise, so you couldn't tell them to do jumping jacks.
No, recess. For a daycare will be recess.
You're given instruction.
This is the school teacher section of the
Well, excuse me.
of discussion.
I'm just like saying.
So the town don't have an outdoor activity policy. The state requires us to have every preschool and school, high school and junior high is a little different. PE, I know that's instructional time. That's why that job never go vacancy. But in the preschool, they kind of call it recess to kind of get away, just to go out type thing. You're
Clap
right.
your hands,
You're still giving
can't do.
You can't give instructions, but it's the law.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
We didn't make that law.
I didn't say so. I'm just like saying, you give instructions and they're out there doing physical activity, and it is,
I know where you're going from
and,
with that.
you're saying, Simon says it's instruction, you're actually giving them physical.
I think they're talking about two different instructions now.
I'm
here.
just saying, because what's that different than you telling me to run around the field, the track twice?
Now, if a daycare got a track, now that's pretty. They're bringing
I'm
some
just
pretty
saying
money,
the track
pretty good
is
money.
on the recess field, right? I mean, I'm just
But
saying.
this is the daycare.
It's still, you're just saying. I'm just saying, that's all.
Commissioner O'Rourke, you have anything to
Thank
add?
you,
Since you are also a...
No, I've read this. I know what it's about, and I'm going to approve it.
Okay. All right, Commissioner Linden?
Nothing.
Okay. We're good here?
I'm good.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ordinance passes unanimously. Town Attorney?
Well, we're in Tallahassee.
Ordinance
Bring this up.
03/2026, amending Chapter 78 Land Development Code, an ordinance of the Town Commission of the Town of Lake Park, Florida, amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 78, Article 3, Section 78-72, providing for codification, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you for that. Next, we have public hearing ordinance on second reading, ordinance 02/2026, an amendment to the Town of Lake Park Comprehensive Plan, 5-year update to the town's 10-year water supply facilities work plan, second and final reading. Ms. Karen, you are up.
Karen, Karen Galanka, Community Development. Yes, we're asking you to approve on second reading this evening, ordinance 02-2026, that would amend the comprehensive plan as a result of the 5-year update to the town's water supply plan, which addresses the town's potable water supply and future needs. You entertained this ordinance on first reading on January 21st, unanimously recommended approval. At that time, the the ordinance was transmitted to the state, the Florida Department of Commerce, which serves as the state planning agency, and it also went to 7 other state agencies for review as required. The only comments received were provided by the South Florida Water Management District, and they weren't objections, they were suggestions, and we have incorporated many of those into the water supply plan update and the comp plan amendments. The suggestions weren't really, the changes weren't substantive, but they strengthened the text regarding the town's commitment to water conservation. We also, that also spurred us to refine the methodology that we use for our water projections for the future and the way we establish our benchmark. Previously, the town had used a benchmark standard from Seacoast that was reflective of the entire Seacoast service area. This time we delved down and were able to come up with the figure that actually reflects the town's average daily usage. And so that is now is part of the water plan, and that gives us a way that we can really measure any changes, any impacts from our initiatives going forward. So 5 years from now, someone will be standing here hopefully telling you that it shows an improvement. So the changes from first reading have been incorporated into the ordinance, and it has been reviewed by the town attorney. That ordinance has been advertised and noticed in accordance with state law, and the amendments will become effective 30 days from adoption unless challenged. There is a 30-day challenge period, but this is not these are not controversial amendments, so we expect this will go through without a problem. So I did not go back and discuss the history of the ordinance as we did on first reading. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. And the changes from first reading are contained in attachment 1 and 2 of the staff report.
Okay, thank you for that. Any questions for Ms. Karen? Okay, if there are no questions, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve on second reading ordinance 0226.
Okay.
Second.
Do we have first and a second? Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the ordinance passes unanimously. Town Attorney?
Ordinance 02-2026, Amendment, Town of Lake Park Comprehensive Plan, 5-year update to town's 10-year water supply facilities work plan, second and final reading, an ordinance of the Town Commission of the Town of Lake Park, Florida, amending its comprehensive plan by providing for amendments to the text of the sanitary sewer, solid waste, drainage, potable water, and natural groundwater element, conservation element, intergovernmental coordination element, and capital improvements elements, and adopting into the plan the update to the town's 10-year water supply and facilities work plan, providing for the adoption of amendments by the Town Commission, providing for repeal of laws in conflict, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, thank you for that. That is all we have for our ordinances. Next, we have new business. Item number 18, a special event permit application 2026 FAPRE, Haitian Flag Day celebration by FAPRE, otherwise known as Faith-Based Academy of Patriots Returning to Eden, at Burst Boston Park for Saturday, May 16th, 2026. The time frame from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Rianiti Franks, you may begin, and welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Rianiti Franks, Special Events Director. So the Special Events Department did receive the annual special event permit application from FAPR regarding the annual Haitian Flag Day celebration. This year, they would like to host it at Burt Bostrom Park on Saturday, May 16th, 2026, from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. The proposed free event is expected to be attended by approximately 300 attendees and is planned to include live music, cultural performances by various artists, art, crafts, food and beverages, nonprofit vendors, a soccer tournament, and a kids zone with a bounce house, games, activities, and presentations. PBSO auxiliary units and the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue will also be part of the event. Town staff has met with the organizers to discuss the town's $10,000 contribution, which is included in this year's budget under the general fund. Town staff support and event logistics, including the use of Burt Bostrom Park, which will require town commission approval, is included as a part of this packet. So when we first received the application from the organizers, the site map that they presented included most of the activity on the multi-purpose field at Burt Bostrom Park. And so because of the underground chambers that are now there under the multi-purpose field, we scheduled an on-site meeting with them so that it included the Special Events Department, Public Works, Community Development, PBSO, and Fire Rescue to kind of go over the site map that they presented to try to reorganize some of the things that they had on the multi-purpose field to make sure that they are not directly on top of the underground chambers. And so you'll see in the packet, there's a listing of information that was kind of reworked on the site map, including the entrance, where the stage, tents, tables, and chairs will be located, where all of the vendors will be located. The food trucks will be outside of the gate. They will not be inside. They will be utilizing both restrooms there, the ones on 6th Street and the ones on Bayberry. The bounce house and games, we did present that area to be on the elevated pad of grass that is just inside of the gate on the southeast corner of the park. We then also went to parking in the swell on the east side of the park, parking in the swell on the west side of the park, on-street parking, and additional surface parking in the CRA parking lot. Then we did discuss town support. In accordance with the town's facility rental policy, the organizers would be required to have town staff on site during any activity within the park. This would include the pre-event setup, day of event, and breakdown. As a nonprofit, the organization receives 3 free facility rentals per year. However, the organizers would still be responsible for the refundable security deposit, staff fee, restroom cleaning fee, and restroom attendant fee. Those are required in order to have an event on town-owned or public property. Upon agreeing to the proposed logistics and site map changes requested by the town, the organizers are requesting the town to formally approve the use of Burt Bostrom Park and to provide additional assistance, included unbudgeted financial support to host the event. So you will see a list of things that they are looking for. One would be the value of the total price of the restroom cleaning that they would like the town to pay for, the restroom attendant, sanitation service. They would like to not have to pay the refundable security deposit, which is $2,000. They are also asking for marketing assistance from the town, the use of the CRA parking lot, and the use of town tents, tables, and chairs. They are also asking the commission to waive the certificate of insurance requirement that does go along with the special event permit application. Waiving that requirement will then require the town to assume liability under the potential costs as a result of the event. The event organizers have paid the town the $50 special event permit application fee, and they are willing to pay the town staff fee, which is $1,444. We have not at this moment given them any of the funds out of the $10,000 that is budgeted under this year's fiscal year budget in the Special Events Department. If approved, the waived funding would be provided from account number 600-57239 within the Special Events Department budget. This funding was previously approved to support games and activities for the Multicultural Festival, which is scheduled for Saturday, September 19th of this year. Mr. Leslie Berry is here if you have any additional questions for him to answer and or myself.
Okay, can you repeat the waivers again, just so the entire dais can understand that aspect?
So they would like the refundable security deposit to be waived. So that is normally what an event organizer would have to pay if they are renting a town facility. For renting Burt Bostrom Park, it's $2,000. Due to the high volume of large vehicles, trucks, and vans that would need to drive on the field to set up the stage, tents, tables, and chairs, staff is expecting that repairs may be required as a result of damage to the turf and the sprinklers. The field will be required to be ready to support the summer soccer camp, which is expected to begin on Monday, June 1st of this year. The $2,000 refundable security deposit is an estimated cost that may increase or increase depending on the extent of the damages. So whenever someone rents, let's say, or has an event in one of our parks, after the event is over, Public Works and myself, we go out there and we do a site survey of the park to see what it looks like compared to what it looked like before the event happened. Once that's done, then we go and try to calculate and figure out what, if there are any damages and how much those repairs would cost. If the $2,000 refundable security deposit is waived, and then if there are repairs that need to be made, we would pay for those repairs out of the multicultural event budget.
What else besides that?
So it would also be the restroom cleaning fee, which again, if you waive that fee, we will pay for it out of the Multicultural Festival budget.
What's the number?
$150.
Okay.
And then the restroom attendant fee, which is also $150. The sanitation service, it is $3.90 per cart, so it's a total of $78. And then, of course, the refundable security deposit that I mentioned, which is $2,000. The marketing assistance does not have a monetary dollar amount. Also, the certificate of insurance requirement, use of the CRA parking lot, and use of the town tents, tables, and chairs.
The day of the event, is that the same day as the Rust Market?
No, the last Rust Market is this Saturday.
Certificate insurance, use the CRA parking lot.
What is the 140? What is the 1,444? What is that?
That is the staff fee. So that's for our staff to be at the event and work the event the entire time.
So that does not include the $378 for the 150 for the.
Correct.
So that would be in addition.
That's separate.
So it'd be like one for staff, and then you would have the additional $378. Okay.
Yes, and they are willing to pay the staff fee. They are not trying to have that waived.
Okay. And let's see here. So that would be. That's 1,800.
You're calculating the staff? I mean, not the staff. Okay.
So you're just about at that. It's the same amount.
Right.
It's the same amount.
Any questions? I know you started the questioning, so I'm going to let you go ahead and continue if you have any more.
Well, of course, you know what my concerns are in regards to staff, making sure that that gets paid. So I'm good with that, right? Now, is Jamie around? Jamie, Mr. Morales.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
How are you?
Question to you. Are you comfortable with the arrangement of how where things would be placed on that site?
Yes, nevertheless, we have to be cautious that the turf that we have within the Burt Boston Park is a special turf.
Correct.
So if there's any damage to the park or that area, that open multi-purpose area, it's not going to be a simple fix like it would be in a normal park because it will require special material to replace
But now, and I'm just trying to visualize this, right? Because I think they stated the food trucks and any of the heavy stuff would be over there by the basketball court.
That's correct.
Correct. Is there an opening over there is there a gate opening over there so they can actually drive onto the court or near the court? How would that work?
Well, near to the gazebo where we did the inauguration right there.
It's actually going to be on the outside.
Yeah, on the outside. That where we did the inauguration, the gazebo.
They're going to be out here. Stage of tent, tables and chairs are here.
Right.
Food trucks are outside the fence.
Okay.
By the gazebo here.
Okay.
And then they're keeping the actual field
Yep.
itself for the soccer game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So minimal heavy traffic would be on the outside of the turf.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. No?
We will need to let the tent company come into the southwest gate and kind of load onto the basketball court to set up the stage, the
But they'll
tent.
be like perimeter,
Yes.
right? They're all perimeter, correct?
It's a very
So they
small-
can actually like sort of like drop. They don't necessarily have to drive
They
them.
will have to come into the gate a little bit, but it's not that far.
Okay. Okay.
So they're gonna have to drive the truck through the greens?
Well, they would, but it's in the south end of the property, so it's a little bit distance from the chambers, and the ground chambers, and it's lower section of where we have the turf. So even though if they had, they could drive, we're not saying that nobody could drive within that area. If there is a constant pattern of movements within the turf, that's where you start getting damages.
Are we anticipating that? There really shouldn't be, right? Once
There
the one,
would- no.
It would be more or less foot traffic after
That's
that.
correct.
Correct?
That's correct.
Most of the heavy traffic will be outside of the fenced area, and then everything would just be foot traffic. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just doing the calculations in my head, and it looked as though they're at 2,000 with the direct costs, and it's 2,000 for the deposit.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
So I'm just putting that on the table.
Yeah. Say that again. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll just repeat what you said. You calculated an estimated 2,000 for the employee costs, and your mindset now is on that security deposit.
Correct.
Because if we waive that, we assume the burden of any damages that is done to the event, not purposely, obviously, but any incidentals, anything, we assume the burden of it. And you're going to have to go into another funding of another budget item to suppress that cost, if we have to go to that. If I'm correct in what I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's half a dozen of one and six of the other, right? When you look at it. So the $2,000 deposit, right, is really going to be the $2,000 that they're paying for the cost for staff and, hold up, it's going to be like the $2,000 that they're going to be paying for staff and those direct costs. Because you have you have 1,044 that they're willing to pay to staff. And then you have 378 that are direct costs. And you remember with me with direct costs, that has been my position, right? So when you add that, you're at 2,000. You see what I'm saying? So they're putting in 2,000. They're going to have to put in 2,000. If you understand where I'm coming from with that. Yeah.
If you don't waive it, yes.
Okay. And that's what I just wanted to put down there.
Okay. Commissioner O'Rourke, do you have anything you'd like to?
No. I am concerned about the driving on the chambers, of course, because we just spent $12 million on that. So that would not be a good thing to disrupt, and that's my main concern.
Right.
And
they won't be doing that anyway because it's all happening on outside of it.
I got it. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And you're okay with the structure of the waivings?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Linden.
Well, I am completely opposed to giving a waiver on this. We've had two other proposals in front of us, and we shot them both down with direct costs. And let me start with the 2,000 for the deposit. Any truck or truck with trailer can all of a sudden, if it gets in there for whatever reason, start spinning the wheels, which is, if it's wet, you just trashed a portion of that. Somebody has to pay for that. We're not budgeted for that. So I would not waive that 2,000. As far as the restroom cleaning, the restroom attendant, and the sanitation services, it's the same thing if they rented one of our other facilities. We've already given them $10,000. How they used it's up to them, but I'm completely opposed to giving them any more money than what we've already have.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas.
The certificate of insurance. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
No,
because that's your question. I've already asked questions, so I will be respectful to that. Okay. Why you laughing at me right now? Okay, the certificate of insurance, right? When we do a certificate of insurance, the certificate of insurance is to cover the cost of the event, right? Because they're going to base it on number of people that's there and the type of event that's there, correct? Okay.
I'm going to piggyback a little bit. So they want us to waive that, correct?
That would be a request.
A request for us to waive it. So if we waive it, we do waive it. If anything happened, food poisoning, somebody get hurt in a soccer game, truck spin out of control, hit somebody, it's all on the town.
I'm going to say, I've done a block party for our town. I've had to take a certificate of insurance on Town Park and Town Road. Correct? Okay, so I've had to pay that certificate of insurance. It depends. It depends on the event and the type, so it can range. But I'm just saying, because it is a one-day event, and they normally give you a 2-day window, right? The day of and the day after. So, yeah. So, no, it really isn't. But that's the whole point of having the certificate, is because then the insurance company covers that, okay? So I'm just going to lay it out on the line the way how I look at it. This is me. 1, I don't give concessions for direct costs, okay? 2, I'm going to not waive the $2,000 deposit because at the end, it's the same money that they're paying, okay, based on what I stated, right? And then I'm not going to waive the certificate of insurance because that then becomes the surety for any damages that happens to the property. So that's where I'm at.
So you're okay with the bathrooms?
No, because those are direct costs. See, like the 150 are direct costs. The 150 for the bathroom, the 150 for, I'm not looking at it, and then there's a $78 charge. So that's about $400, right? So if you add that to the 144, you're at $1,900.
Okay.
You know, you're about at $1,900 because they're willing to pay staff the 144. You see, 1,044, they're going to pay staff that. So you add another, you add another $400 to it, you're at $1,800, $1,900, which is the amount of the $2,000 deposit.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you get a certificate of insurance for the event. It all comes out in the wash.
It does.
It all comes out in the wash is how I look at it. Now, someone else can give me a different perspective on it, but
No,
in essence, it's all the same.
I'm actually kind of in the same light with you on that.
No? Please help me out, staff, if I'm incorrect.
So yes, so you're saying that if they do have to pay the refundable security deposit, which is $2,000, they pay the staff fee, they pay the cleaning fees, which is another $2,000.
Which is another $400.
The staff fee, the
the staff fee
and the cart, another $2.
I'm only looking at all I could see is $1,444. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So the staff fee is $1,444 plus the direct cost is what we're talking about. That's about another $400, right? So we're at $1,800.
Right.
Plus or minus.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And so if being who it is, then I'm giving you $2,000, which is the $2,000 I'm going to have to pay for staff. It's the $2,000 plus, because it's all direct costs. This is man on the ground here that I'm paying.
Right.
Right?
But then at the end of the event, if something happens,
the certificate of insurance is
no.
Certificate of insurance is for any accident.
That's for accidents. That's, if someone
But you can get a
falls-
rider for that. You can get a rider.
So you want them to get a rider for
Because the whole idea, whenever I get a certificate of insurance for an event, right, it's covering the facility and anything that else happens to it.
Right.
Okay?
But the certificate of insurance won't fix the field.
Correct. That's the security.
If someone
that's the security deposit.
If someone gets hurt and they have injuries and someone needs to pay for that, then the certificate of insurance will pop in. If someone gets sick because they said that they ate something at the event and they're trying to, sue the town or sue the event organizers, then that will pop in. The refundable security deposit, we will take that $2,000, we'll give it to Barbara, she'll put it in the safe. After the event is over, when we go to then inspect the park, if there aren't any damages, we will give them back that $2,000. If there are damages, we will then deduct money from that $2,000 to fix the park.
Okay, so let me say this. Are they looking to spend the $2,000 out of the $10,000 that we're getting?
No.
Okay, so in my mind, it's the same thing. It's the $2,000 is the $2,000 they're going to give you. So they're not going to be getting any money back, i.e., you're giving me $2,000 for my deposit, but that $2,000 is coming in to pay my people.
But if they don't give us the $2,000 for the deposit, and if something happens to the field and we have to fix it, then I don't have a place to. I'll take that money from the multicultural event.
Okay, and so and that's why I asked the question first. Will they be riding on it, and where would all of the heavy activity be happening? And the heavy activity will be happening outside of that. If they come in there and they run on the field and they're going to be playing soccer, because that's what it is, they're playing soccer on the field. So exactly, please tell me, where is the damage going to come from? Because that is what I premised my first questions with. Are they driving and will be any vehicles being parked on that? And the answer to me was no.
No, there won't be any vehicles parked on the field. Will vehicles have to enter the gate? Yes, absolutely. We will not let the vehicles go anywhere near the underground chambers, but will they still have to enter the gate and be on parts of the field? Yes.
But you have to do that now anyway when we go and cut the yard. I mean,
Yes, and that's on the town.
yeah.
Well, it's on the town now.
I assume,
Go ahead.
I assume what you're saying is, let's say if I'm bringing a truck in and I happen to look at my cell phone, I hit the gate,
Yes.
and that's different. And after I hit the gate, I jerk forward and I hit somebody.
Yes.
So we're both in both parts now. We got no certificate of insurance, and then we got damage to the town thing.
Correct.
Which means
Now we have to fix the gate and then,
Yeah, go to court.
right.
Yeah, I'm not of the mindset to waive the insurance or the security deposit. Those are too big risk that I can't let this town take. That's where I'm standing.
I mean,
Hey,
Mr. Mayor, our job is actually to serve the people, but we also got to protect the town, and I think certificate insurance is I mean, we have to get it when we do things. So I mean, we can't put the town in a vulnerable spot by waiving that.
I don't think we should waive the insurance under any circumstances, because accidents happen, period. All right? So I'd hate to see a lawsuit or a suit come up against the town because we waived the insurance. It's all part of the program. You need that, you need the insurance. All right?
all right, so we're going to need some sort of, Commissioner Rourke, I'm going to ask you again if you have anything. I'm sure you're going to say nothing. So I'm going to need a motion of how this should go, because right now I have Commissioner Linden, you're saying you don't want to waive anything, correct?
Correct.
That's including the use of the CRA parking lot?
Correct.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas, it sounds like you're leaning on the security deposit and the certificate of insurance? And you're okay with the direct costs? Meaning the bathroom?
No, I don't waive any direct costs.
Okay, so.
I never waive direct costs.
So outside of anything, security deposit, restrooms, this, that, and the other, the insurance, you're okay with the use of the CRA parking lot?
Oh, yes, because it's a public event.
Okay. And then Vice Mayor, this is where I come to you.
Are you saying, she's saying waive the
She's saying outside of the use of the CRA parking lot, she's not waiving anything.
I like that. I'll follow that too.
Okay? And I think I would agree. So, sounds like outside the use of the CRA parking lot, everything else will not be waived.
The marketing assistance is okay? And
the marketing assistance, yes.
And the use of the town tents, tables, chairs, we're all good with that, okay.
We could do all of that.
Okay, so marketing assistant, use of the parking lot, outside of that, no waiving. I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to what you just said.
Could we be more clear?
Okay, for the
More clear, Mayor.
For the record, the motion will be made to approve, to waive the use of the CRA parking lot, as well as have the marketing assistance for the event. What not to be waived is the direct costs.
Tables and chairs.
I'm sorry?
Tents, tables, and chairs.
I'm sorry, thank you. Also, thank you. Also to be approved, to be waived, thank you, is table, tents, and chairs. Those are the three items to be waived. Tables, tents, and chairs, marketing assistance, use of the CRA parking lot. What will not be waived is the certificate of insurance, the security deposit, or any direct costs, i.e. the restrooms and things of that nature.
Yes.
If you agree with that.
No, that's exactly, okay, so that's my motion.
So moved.
So moved. Well, you can't make a motion.
I'm telling
That's
you
my
to
motion.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
to
so moved.
Thank you.
So moved.
There's going to be 2 clients.
It's 35, oh, that's true, I'm going.
Do we have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any further discussion up here on this dais? Town manager.
Just to verify, so the indirect cost of the security deposit, that include?
I'll repeat it again.
We're not waiving the security
We're
deposit.
not waiving the security deposit. We're not waiving the indirect cost.
We're not waiving the indirect cost.
And
I mean, the direct cost.
Hold
We're
on,
not.
hold on.
So moved.
Okay, hold on.
Because it shows as an indirect cost.
The security deposit, the indirect cost with the restrooms and stuff, and the certificate of insurance will not be waived. What will be waived is the use of the CRA parking lot, the marketing assistance, and the table, tents, and chairs. Okay? The table, tents, and chairs. Okay? Thank you. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Next, we have a special event permit application for a garage sale and craft market at the VFW Post 9610 on May 16, 2026, the time from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. May's going to be a popular month.
Well, it's the same day. So the VFW is having a garage sale and craft market on Saturday, May 16th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. At their building. They are asking for the town to assist with marketing assistance for this event. So it's basically us taking their flyer, posting it on the town's website and on our social media pages. The town manager did want to make sure that we did assess a value to what would be the marketing specialist's time spent on doing these things. And so the total value in dollars and cents for his time would be $9.42. Again, we're not charging them the $9.42, I don't believe, but just in case you asked.
Okay.
But they are just asking for marketing assistance, nothing else.
So the only thing is marketing assistance.
Yes.
Any questions for staff? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The item passes unanimously. Finally, we have a discussion on public noticing requirements, proposed land development regulations, LDR text amendment. Are we having Mr. Anders up here? Mr. Anders, you may begin.
Good evening, Commission. Anders Vian, Town Planner. This item is for discussion, and basically what we're trying to accomplish here is reimagining our noticing provisions. The manager's office and my department have, as well as legal, have kind of workshopped several different concepts with the intent of improving public noticing throughout the town for both your quasi-judicial items and your changes to your land development regulations or your future land use. So I'm going to briefly just kind of run through these proposals for your feedback, and you can digest them a little bit and discuss them. So right now, under Section 5564, we have a pretty basic noticing requirement for quasi-judicial hearings. So what we've done is we've kind of built this out and expanded on it a little more, so it covers basically all the sorts of noticing we would be doing in the town. So the first thing to note is currently projects within 300 feet of subject sites would receive noticing. So under this proposal, we're changing that to non-residential projects up to 30,000 square feet of gross building area, or residential projects up to 50 units would receive noticing within 300 feet. And then it just goes up from there. So for the next tier, non-residential projects greater than 30,000 square feet, but not more than 75,000 square feet, and residential projects with more than 50, but not more than 150 units, all properties within 2,500 feet would be noticed. And then for residential projects non-residential projects exceeding 75,000 square feet, or residential projects exceeding 150 units, then all properties in the town's incorporated area would be noticed, including all properties outside the town's incorporated area if they're within 300 feet of the subject site. So in addition to that, there's also now a process for any non-residential project 75,000 square feet or more, or residential project of over 150 units, to conduct a community outreach meeting at a local venue for the purposes of engaging the public on the project and spreading information about the project so the developer can receive early feedback from the public on applications. Likewise, we also created a similar process for what I would call non-quasi-judicial development projects, which would be the projects that come in under the Live Local Act. Should we have any, then they would also hold this community outreach meeting to engage with our community. And let's see here. In addition to that, we also have new provisions for posting a public signage on the properties where these projects would be taking place. Again, with furthering the intent of having additional noticing and public outreach and engagement. And then finally, under subsection B, we have some language for noticing of town-initiated projects that would increase density, intensity, or height. And this would basically provide regular mail to all property owners and tenants within 500 feet of an impacted zoning district where you're looking at changing land development regulations. And then we're formalizing, as we always have, the commission has the discretion to hold additional workshops and meetings at such times of their choosing. So that's kind of the starting point for this. There was kind of a lot of, work on it, and we looked at a lot of different local ordinances, and I think it's pretty robust and one of a kind. So I think, we'd like to hear your thoughts on it. There are some, things that we'll have to navigate relating to the quasi-judicial process and just ensuring that is upheld. That we'll try to work through if legal, as it pertains to some of these workshops. But we just wanted to give you the opportunity to, share your thoughts on this. So I know this is kind of in-depth, so if you have questions, I'll take them.
Okay, and again, this is just looking for feedback and direction.
I have about 4 hours of comment on this, so if you want to continue, let's go.
Okay. Town manager.
Well, that's why I was thinking, because it's late. And, there is a lot to talk about.
Okay, so then let's go ahead and take this item and move it to the next meeting, okay?
And it's important,
Yeah, it is important. That's fine. That's not a problem at all. I think that's the one time you're going to have a unanimous agreement on that one. So, all good there. All right. Thank you, Anders, for that. And
it's a discussion item.
no, we just basically moved it. All right. So, with that,
New business.
town
Next meeting.
town attorney comments.
Just a couple updates on some of the lawsuits going on.
Wow, that's the way to start. Go ahead.
It's me, not Tom. So,
I got you.
No. So last week or 2 weeks ago, I think it's been since your last meeting. The sequence of it. What I'll call the Sunshine lawsuit, the second filed lawsuit, was transferred into the same division as the Forest lawsuit, and all that means is the same judge is now presiding over both, and that's.
Do you know who the judge is?
I do. It's Senior Judge Kasternakis.
Oh, okay.
That just means the same judge is now going to have both lawsuits in his division. It's a local rule. It helps judicial economy. There might be some overlap with some of the parties, so the same judge will just hear both. It wasn't consolidated by any means. It's just was granted to transfer. Forest Development filed its answer to the town's counterclaim in the Forest lawsuit. And on Tuesday of next week, there will be a hearing on Forest Development's motion to intervene into the Sunshine lawsuit. And that's the update. Not a ton of substance, just some procedural things.
Okay. And there won't be no requirements of anybody up here to be?
No, sir.
Okay.
Just brief update on that. Otherwise, that's all I got.
All right. I thank you for that. Town manager.
Just as a reminder to the public, this Saturday from 10 to 12, there will be a community workshop to discuss the Burt Bostrom Master Plan. It'll be held here in the Commission chambers. Also, as mentioned earlier, on Friday, April 24th at 10 a.m., a tree planting and ceremony will be held at Burt Bostrom Park for the town's Arbor Day ceremony. Then also sunset celebration. We have decided that it may be better right now to move it back to Kelsey Park for the April event. And what we are looking to do, I think I sent you guys a note earlier, is to work with some of our businesses and residents in the area and come up with a plan that may work, maybe a different date, so that we can make it work for as many people as possible and be as successful, because our downtown's important. We do need to focus on it. We need to bring as many people as we can downtown. And so we'll work on that. And then also we'll be sending out a note to you all to provide us with your budget priorities for the upcoming budget session. So with that being said, thank you.
Okay, thank you with that. Moving on to commissioner comments. I will start with Commissioner Linden.
Nice and brief, not a whole lot. Just wanted to give everyone a heads up. I leave tomorrow for Pittsburgh, returning next Wednesday night, so I'll miss this Saturday's event. But I'll still be available by phone and or email, because I get it on my phone. We're going up. My sister passed away. We're going up to the celebration of life.
We do apologize for your loss, and our condolences to you as well as the rest of your family.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Commissioner O'Rourke.
Thank you. I don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm working on a way to get out of here. I have not enjoyed it at all being a part of this commission. It's very difficult to me when I walk, for example, into Publix and someone says to me, why are you doing the things you're doing? Because there's residents in town that do podcasts and they put, the things that they say, it's just, I don't need this. I really don't. And it's gotten to the point where I don't trust the town attorney, not you, and I don't trust the town manager. And I'm very upset with the direction this town is going. The requirements for noticing, for example, we've turned this town over to the NIMBY section of our town. And every time they come up here, they present my testimony. They even have, at times, they've come in and spoken for other people that are not present, and we just let them in. 3 minutes, I'm going to talk on behalf of someone who's not even here. We have lost sight of the very thing we gave a presentation to today. The presentation of that this is a commissioner management form of government. And that process where we allow, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be involved, that's not the point here. The point is that there needs to be leadership from us 5 here. And I'm very frustrated with it, to the point where I'm looking for a way out of this. I think what may be the best thing to do is maybe resign soon and give a date so that we have an election. So this chair will be represented by maybe 1, 2, 3 people that come up here all the time and want to tell us how we need to manage our town, how to operate our town, how to vote, how we have to interact with people. Now, and I'm getting upset a little bit, as you can tell. It is not a personal thing to you. I'm very fond of all of you here. But I'm telling you, it's very difficult when I have to go out into public and people come and attack me. It's not right. I have a position. I've been trying to promote what's going on. I don't believe that Tom Baird is exercising his duty as a town attorney in a proper way. I have told you this before, and I will tell you again. I was in meetings that were executive meetings that were everyone was recorded. I would not have sat through a meeting if that had not happened. And then suddenly I disappear, new people arrive, and all of that stuff disappears, and I end up in a lawsuit because of it. So, and with due respect, I really am not trying to address my things at you. Why have we not had executive meetings about these lawsuits? Has any of you ever heard what the actual lawsuit is about? Does anybody know? Anybody read that? No, we don't know. That should be something that we should have heard about already, where we're allowed to go with our attorney and where he tells us what's going on. But that's not how it operates here. There's something going on behind all of us. And I'm expressing myself, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but it hurts me personally. I love this town. I love my neighbors. I don't have any problem with any of my neighbors. And I don't know why we can't continue to just be neighbors and not enemies. I just don't understand it. And it's gotten to the point where I need to reevaluate what I'm doing here, because it's making me sick, and I'm having health issues because of it, and I'm not going that way. I don't need to do that. I don't need to give my life for this town. I don't need to do that. And I'm in a pretty good place right now in my life, and maybe this is the next step that I need to get out of here. That's it. I'm not saying I'm resigning, but I'm putting together a plan to make that happen, in the hopes that all of those people that have all the negative stuff that they want to say about our town and what we've done and why we did this wrong and why this is not right, all this noticing where we attack any development that's going to happen, it drives me into a place that's not healthy for me. So And I'll give you just an example. We had, and I talked about this last meeting, there was a ribbon cutting for the beautiful project down there at the marina, the Nautilus 220. We're told, probably not a good idea to go because there's a lawsuit. These are residents of our town. Has anybody, and I'm asking this as a friend, as a colleague, has anybody been to that place yet?
All right,
It's a pretty cool place. Yeah. You've been there, right?
Yep. I'll reserve my answer for when I speak.
Okay.
I'll reserve for when I speak.
And I'm sorry, again, I'm not attacking you, I'm just saying, this is not a negative to our town, what's going on here. We need to understand that our town needs some development. All right, I've said enough, and thank you for indulging me for what I had to say tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Commissioner Rourke. Commissioner Thomas, I'll let you talk first, and I'll ask you that.
Commissioner O'Rourke, do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. You ran for office. You did the hard work. Politics is not an easy thing. Stay away from the negative. Shut off the social media.
That's done already.
Yes, shut off the social media and take a break. It is very difficult to be in that position where you're constantly feeling attacked. And the only way that you could sort of like do it is to shut off some of the noise. Because we run for office doesn't mean that someone is entitled to our life for 24 hours. And so there's a responsibility, yes. You should have that right to go into Publix and not feel attacked. So I don't ride the social media wave. I wait for it to come to my email address, and it's jthomas@lakeparkflorida.gov. That's the one that it comes to. And so I feel for you.
You've had bad stuff come on there, right?
Oh, yes. You know, and what I do is that I rely on this dais right here. You know, I really, really do. When things go well, we have to be each other's support. And we may not all have the same perspective of it, but what I will say, it's nice to have differing dialogue, and it is nice to have the respect of this commission. And so I'd like to look at it like that, because individually, I respect you all as professionals and as persons. And we may, as I said, don't have the same ideology, but we can come on here, and that is, I believe, why our residents elect us. So, you know, my response to you is don't give up. Don't let someone put you in the corner. You know, in fact, no one can actually put you in the corner. You're too tall. You know, you're going to stand out anyway.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Things that I'd like to say, I've said it because it's late and Bud's is closed. Oh, so town manager. You know, my thing is, I don't like all of this stuff on the agenda. You know, I think I've actually said this before about maybe planning a meeting for just planning or quasi-judicial hearings so that is like the meeting set for it. Because when we had such varying things tonight, and for all of us here who have other occupations outside of it, it's a lot. It becomes very tiring. And I know for myself, as tired as I am, I probably will not get to bed until after 12 because these meetings really like wind me up. And I need to like go. And it's hard too on our staff because our staff is here from 8 o'clock in the morning and they're still here at 10:30 at night. And so it's hard. So if we could somehow not have such a full agenda, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, so speaking on that regard, just to start off with that, when we had voted to cancel the meeting, there was a forecast that the next meetings were going to be extensive. We were told that. So I understand the comment of that we need to cut back, but I don't think it's necessarily this is going to be the problem going all the way through. Once we catch up back to our agendas, things should smooth itself out, and then we'll be okay at that point. But that was forecast to us when we all sat here the meeting before and told if we cut this meeting, because I know Commissioner Rourke did not want to cut a meeting. He wanted to keep it going with the intent for the agendas to delineate itself between the three, that once we cut out the meeting, that's going to condense stuff quite a bit, because I think the next meeting may have quite a bit as well, if I'm not mistaken. It could. So that's what I'm saying. It could, but we were told that. So I understand where you're coming from, but it will delineate itself once these two meetings go by, and it should. So that's with that one. Commissioner.
Mayor, just a comment to that. I did say that. I said that it was going to be a lot and that we should need to determine, like when we do this, we shouldn't have a packed agenda, because I said to myself, it is hard for us to continue after 9 o'clock. It's very, very difficult.
Absolutely.
You know, we have 40 minutes until it sunsets for us.
Well, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm going to just say this part, I'm going to give you your time because you always have your time before me, and I got to respect you that way, is I've been in meetings here where we've had a very minimal agenda list, and yet we're here at the same time. Yeah. So if we're going to talk about it in a big, large scale, we got to talk about it all around, because then it comes down to, are we moving the meeting as it should organically, where we're not oversaturating ourselves to any one agenda item that doesn't need it. That's what we got to look at. And I believe you, Commissioner Linden, made a statement as to we need to kind of readdress ourselves of how we conduct business here. And it's true, myself included. My job is to run the meetings and make sure it goes a certain way. And sometimes it doesn't, because some subjects become more than what they are. But I encourage you all, we have to stay on course no matter what. And I agree with you, yes, we're a packed agenda, but I believe it will slow itself down, but it's a two-part situation. We got to make sure we address things the way we should organically up here and do it the right way, and also staff will make sure that they delineate the agendas out to where we're not sitting here having a long night, and every one of us is in different professions of life, including those that are out there who are just as important. So that's my thoughts on that. I have one more thought, but I'm going to let you go ahead and talk first.
I was just thinking maybe if we get behind like that and we have to, even though we have a meeting once a month, maybe we can have a special meeting just to take care of an item, a couple of items to knock some stuff out the way. I don't know.
Oh, I see Tom Clerk over there.
Yeah, I understand, but when you're behind, you got to catch up type thing. But also, my comment was to anybody, it's probably a little too late. If you haven't done your taxes, get an extension.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. All set? All set. Okay. Now, my last comment is to you. I've been here since 2017. Majority of it was with you. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is my 9th year, soon to be going into my 11th at the end of this term.
I'm still older than you.
That's fine. I'll take that, because I've learned a lot through you, as well as those before me. We go through ups and downs in this dais, no different than they do on a daily basis. We still have to stay solid together. I don't like hearing when you say it's internally hurting me. It shouldn't, but I get it. To say I don't understand what you're feeling, I'd be lying to myself because I've had my share of it. I had my share of it this election period, the entire election period, from people that, and I'm going to say it now because the right thing happened, I'm still here, had their own agendas. This is a town that we all need to work together on. That's why I said before, we have to stay united. And we may not agree up here. There are times I haven't agreed with you, but we walk respectfully. You have a good day, I have a good day. We have to stay that way. We cannot let not one item, one agenda thing, one project put us in a constrained state of flux, personally and together. I don't want to see you talk this way. We have a mission to do. Our first job as people that have been elected to these seats is to do what we have to do for the best interest of the town. Is it that we're all going to find a way together one way or the other? No, but the way is balanced, a balanced breakfast where the public is okay, those that are vested interest in the town that have brought themselves into our town is okay, and we do things as we conduct business the right way. Will there be problems? There will always be, even after we're all gone. Believe it or not. But I don't want to see you get to the point where now you question your validity here because you were voted here. Regardless of what happened, who said it, what they said it, there are those people that put you on that seat for a reason. And do not take that away from yourself, because the same man that is saying this now is the same man that came to a guy 9 years ago and spoke to him and said, I hear about you, and I think you belong here. So when I made that statement, I belong here, when I swore in, that wasn't just about me. That was about everybody that touched me to get to this seat right here. And you're a part of that. So, as my colleague, as my friend, I do not want you to take a stance of questioning yourself and your validity there, because you belong there no different than any one of us of the past. And that's just my feeling. If your feeling is to say, I'm done, you're still my friend, I'm still my neighbor, I see you, we'll talk, I'll make fun of your Jets because they're still going to lose. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in. But in essence, we created a history together that will never be erased, personally and professionally.
Well, I do appreciate it, and I just want to add that the Steelers are not doing too well this year either.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I take that and we could use,
no offense, John, but.
I was going to say, we could use you to throw the ball, but right now your hands don't look like you could throw a bucket. So, but in all kiddingness aside, we all have, there's issues, not issues, there's challenges we all have to face collectively as a town, as a unit. PBSO, fire, staff, him, and us. We have to figure this out together and not let no one divide.
I've said enough.
And I'm going to leave it at.
Thank you for your remarks.
And I'm going to leave it at that. All right? Sure. Absolutely.
Mr. O'Rourke, Commissioner O'Rourke, I will say this. As individuals, we should be able to make choices, and I will concur with what you said. When a business comes into our town, we as a commission should support that business, good, bad, or indifferent. Okay? And I've had discussions with my town manager in regards to the Nautilus project myself, because as a commission, that's the town. You know, as the commission, that's the town. So if it's a personal decision, like I don't want to participate, that's one thing. But as the commission, you are absolutely right. We are here to support the residents and the businesses that are in our town. And so I want to be on record to say that, because that is true. And I'm not saying anything to you that I haven't said to my town manager itself, okay? As well as to the town attorney. So I just want to be there, but because we do have these individuals that are there who we hire to do that, but I do want you to know that you're correct. Businesses come here and they ask for permission to be a part of our town, and we want to be that. We want to be that commission that supports it. Thank you.
And to answer your last question as to whether we collectively have been to Nautilus, I can only speak for myself. I have, I know she has, I know he has, and I'm pretty sure you have. I personally, through my election, went and welcomed the residents of Nautilus 220 into our community, because for me, they are of no consequence for the situation that we're in. They're our residents. I've let them know they are our family, and there is nothing that is going on that negates that. So that's my answer to your question.
I just want to clear something up about the ribbon cutting, because that we didn't go to Nautilus. It's because we're on the litigation now. I remember nobody instructed us not to go. I said I wasn't going because I was representing the town the day before, the day after the ribbon cutting. So just so it would be no problems, because I'm representing you guys, I wasn't going. Now, I've said up here before, I go to Seahawk Prime. They know me by face. I love that place. It's pretty good. I have friends and neighbors now that's in Nautilus. I go there, visit them all the time. So it wasn't like, hey, let's just black wall them. It's because, and I'm going to say, we're in litigation with them. I'm not going to talk to them anything, not Nautilus, but forest development about any projects right now, because we're doing a whole, racquetball thing back and forth. So until we figure that whole thing out. But I try to support everything, every business in town with every single thing.
Absolutely.
And if you got a bar, I really support you.
All right. I think we're good for the night. Okay. If there are any requests for agenda items, please say so now. Otherwise, I will entertain a motion of adjournment.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.